don't give a damn. Back into it, full confidence in the map pick. They're going to start on the offensive side, heading into NaVi's defense bit. They've already gotten to his left, and he's going to back away into a safer position. He's got Simple being aggressive with him as well.
Yeah, very slowed down here for the FaZe side of things. They don't really want to be too aggressive at the beginning. They have some grenades as well, so if they can clear out some space, they can actually use those to get onto a bomb site. But you don't want to use them too early on here. A little bit of a tag, Simple. Gets a peek and realizes at least one player. I don't think he saw anyone else, though. That's
a great gush early on. That's going to force Simple to be very passive. That really isolates Bit just by the damage done. Now, Simple's a little bit crazy, so he's going to stay aggressive. He has Electronic way back at the A bomb set of dice boxes with a flashbang as well, so they're looking for Bit to grab information. Good first kill. Rain not suspecting, but Bit realizes he can be wrapped upon as well. Timing is everything.
Oh yeah, he's feeling the pressure now. Got to be quick to get this kill. He's got some backup behind him still, so they can't easily just run him down necessarily. And he's not even reloading right now. It's just keeping the 5 bullets that he's got. A little bit of a lurk out long as well. Electronic showing up, and they're getting some good information. They're realizing that most of the NaVi side, or the FaZe side, they're on the A side of the map at the moment. They're out long, or they're in middle somewhere, but they're not feeling anything outside of the B bomb side yet.
They want to handle Bit. They really want to clear him out of position. Twist is backed off, looking for a flashbang to come in. Bit's going to wheel around. Here's the footsteps. Can't get anything more. Good frag from Rops. That's an extended time for Bit to be on his own. Simple's tucked into a corner, but this has chewed so much time off the clock. All they have is this A bomb site.
And only 15 seconds left. They need to really run. That bomb's on the ground again. That's a big problem. If Twist dies, that's a nightmare. And they might get there. Oh my god, they actually just keep fighting. Electronic and Mephisto. I don't think there would have been time for the bomb plant there. They just got a little bit ahead of themselves.
Yeah, they couldn't pull back. They were already committed coming through. They were trying to support their teammate, taking the fight inside the bomb site. Electronic delivers 2 kills, but Navi's already committed to come through the smoke. What a pair of frags. And yeah, they're already made the decision. They've already made the call. That would have been a very difficult round to win for FaZe.
Doing it on kills, there was about, maybe they could have picked up the bomb and just ran there, but at the very least it would have been a 2-on-1 with one guy committed to the bomb plant. Oh man, what a way to get started. FaZe are on the board, and NaVi will have to, well, settle for the deagle. On to Simple. In part, surely many people tuning in, watching, are here to see if this is going to be the game where Simple returns to the form that we know that he has. It's a good spray down in this round, but it's all USPs getting dropped. The deagle doesn't really do anything. And FaZe will pick up a second one.
Yeah, but remember, those are rounds that they dropped yesterday on this map against Bad News Eagles. Bad News Eagles able to return with some deagles and pistol rounds to kind of eco them a few times across the map. So FaZe, at least here, already up to 2 rounds. Weapons going to come out for NaVi, M4s in hand. And yeah, that's kind of what we're all looking for in this series, obviously in this opening map. Simple's return to GOAT status. Can he hit that peak again? Because they absolutely need him today. This is when, I mean, obviously he's got a legacy that's cemented to a certain degree as the greatest of all time in CSGO, but you're really looking to build upon that right at the final hurdle.
Yeah, you want to see the return to that once again. There's no question that the team does need it. They absolutely need that kind of leading from the front performance from him. Well, we got no AWP in play yet. But 4 M4s, even an M4A4 on Bit. And MPL will settle for the FAMAS and get a couple of extra grenades out. Probably a worthy sacrifice. And a split. Carrigan and Rops are all the way outside of the B bomb side, and they might have expected some sort of push coming out from the NaVi side.
They actually knew exactly what's coming. Carrigan saw something and realized exactly what was up on the map, and he makes a perfect call. Bit's got to fight back from CT spawn, stuck behind the choke points. Bit's able to get a dink and damage, but not find any kind of a kill, and NaVi needs something if they want to make this retake possible. Plant is stopped. That's exactly what they needed from Simple.
Yeah, not bad at all. Good grenade around the corner, though. And even if the plant is stopped and slowed down a little bit here, this is dangerous. A wall bang through. Electronic picking off Rain. Rob sneaking in. He's got the right idea, but he can't stick around. His team needs him up at the bomb site, so he's going to keep on running. There's the flank coming in, and it almost time for it. Not quite. Perfecto gets a bullet to the face instead. It's NPL and Electronic. Again, they're fighting right on top of the bomb. One more bullet for Robs, and Electronic will bring him down. 3 kills and left on 27 health. My God, that was another super chaotic round.
Yeah, and these are excellent kills from Electronic. Look at the way he's just supporting NPL, covering him as he makes the first step forward. Huge impact for the 3 kills, but the most important kill of that round is Simple stopping the bomb.
Yeah.
It delayed everything, allowed all the smokes to subside, allowed all the damage to happen for NaVi that allowed that flank to activate, and even though it's negated, it makes Rops make a decision, put pressure on that, and FaZe could never secure the bomb site afterwards.
I would love to be able to read Kerrigan's mind to understand what it was that he realized outside of the B bomb site, like you said, for them to see, oh, there must be an empty A bomb site. Let's go for it.
He was so convinced. That call was so assertive from FaZe. That's a lot of pressure, though, applied in this round onto NaVi. Scout in the hands of Simple. Coming down to just Electronic surviving, so 2 MP9s as well on Perfecto and NPL. This isn't a comfortable defense whatsoever. FaZe have massive advantages in terms of weaponry.
That flank that was coming in, that was stopped by Rops as well. That was almost enough. I really thought that was going to be well timed because Rops just, you know, was running up to the A bomb side, making a lot of noise in the progress, but didn't really work out that way.
And we saw yesterday, Rops is on point right now. Rops is feeling it. He's a huge reason, probably the main reason why they were able to overcome Bad News Eagles in that series to even make it to this elimination game.
That's definitely true.
He was on point.
Again, they're at long. Rain and Brokey are making a pretty quick walk up here, and we're still at 50 seconds. They're going to take a short fight versus Simple, definitely reveal their position. He's got a scout, so he's probably going to be quite hungry to look for some fights out here. Why wouldn't you try and see if you can get one of those shots off? 37 seconds, Kerrigan will open, but they're going to crack over the bomb side anyway. No problems here. 2 versus 4 at the moment, and Perfecto and MPL, they're already walking away. But Robs is actually holding outside of the B bomb side. So even getting away here might not be that easy.
No, they should lose at least one. At least one. NPL, is he going to go for the hard clear? Might not even matter with the SMG. Yeah, Rops is just so fast and so on point. Perfecto's got to step up next. They know his position. He's not getting away. He's got to fight his way out, and it's not happening. 3 bodies. Brokey's got him trapped in with the AWP, so Perfecto's going to take the fight behind him, but Rops is lurking ever closer. This MP9 surely going to go down at the end of the day. Rain close up as well. They should know exactly where he is.
He's trying his best to make it very, very hard to find him. And they've rediscovered him once again. If he can do a bit more damage, okay. I mean, at least he's going to get a kill there. Make a little bit of money back. We'll still lose the SMG.
And just by virtue of the weaponry, the lesser weapons that NaVi had and the lack of utility in this kind of a buy, this is a lot of space that FaZe has to work with. Able to creep up all the way long and before really encountering Simple Scout. That's well done from FaZe.
Huge. Yeah, they lost that last round, obviously, to Electronic. And then able to answer back right away and take away all the money.
And if you think back to yesterday as well, the difficulties that FaZe encountered against Bad News Eagles was never able to get into any kind of a comfortable mid-round, never able, like, Bad News Eagles contested every piece of space on this map. Engagements were happening at the front, the main entrance to bathrooms. They were happening at the Monster Tunnel as well. B bomb site was closed to them. NaVi haven't been able to do that quite yet, just due to the fact they haven't had a clean buy and all the utility. They haven't really been able to challenge FaZe's initial move. And when FaZe have the space to work with, Kerrigan's a very dangerous in-game leader.
Yeah, we talked about Simple as being the GOAT, but I mean, in terms of in-game leadership, Kerrigan, he's got that locked down, doesn't he? That is something that he knows how to do really, really well. And it's a big part of the reason why they were able to beat B&E as well. Some of the mid-round calls that we saw, especially on the last map on Inferno, made a huge difference at the end of the day.
Well, actually, I mean, you touched on that too. It's like, you know, just now, Kerrigan, yeah, some people are going to call him the best in-game leader of all time, but Glaive has certainly a conversation, you know, a stance in that conversation as well to take it, and that's the whole point of this major from Kerrigan's perspective.
Sure.
A second major for him to really cement himself and be able to actually, you know, have more to say, a bigger resume to challenge up against Glaive in considering his body of work.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 4-1 is the scoreline here, and a bit of a slow start for NaVi, as you pointed out. They haven't really had the money up and running yet. Still cannot afford the AWP. Instead, it's 4 FAMAS and 1 M4. Plenty of grenades, but there's not a lot of stopping power in that. There's also a couple of people with no head armor. That's Electronic and Simple, so even the MAC-10 there for Kerrigan, it's worth pointing out. If there are any new viewers, the lack of a helmet there does make the MAC-10 a one-shot headshot.
Oh.
Careful about it. Ooh, pushing in. Actually, this is something that FaZe were looking for in a previous round. At least they traded evenly, but getting kind of close with the FAMAS there.
Yeah, they're fortunate to trade out that second kill. NPL doubles up after Bit goes down. But FaZe is going to be comfortable in this. 3-on-3.
That's all the grenades used from FaZe. They had actually quite a few going into the start of the round, but most of them have already been thrown out.
Well, there's one more on Simple. He's over at the A bomb site. It looks like Perfecto wants to flirt with this and see if there's any more information, but this is being watched. Good win from Perfecto. No chance for a trade and a follow-up onto Brokey. It's all on Rain. 1v3. Might be able to get Electronic. Is he going to be ready for the next one? Perfecto. 2 kills. Simple's now closing the gap as well. And Rain with 55 seconds, going to toss away the op, realizes there's a very low percentage chance he survives this round. He goes down. No free op for NaVi. But a second on the board.
That is extremely well done from Perfecto. And I mean, that is one way to solve the problem of having the FAMAS, is to close the distance against the AK and try and make it, you know, a more of a reasonable fight instead of taking a long-range fight. My God. Yeah, this is brilliant work. Did not expect that to work out whatsoever.
4-2.
Yeah, there's a platform to get NaVi back in the game. They've even stolen the AK. Like you said, the AW is thrown away. Smart move from Perfecto. Oh, sorry, from...
It's a decent amount of time to be able to go, to not have to worry about Simple with the op. Oh, Rain, you're screwed. Ooh. Awkward fight. Simple, just no fear whatsoever, swinging wide. Rest of FaZe lined up towards the B bomb site. They might pull this trigger, but good counter utility from NaVi is going to slow things down. Understanding that Simple calls playground clear, that means FaZe has to be outside the B bomb site and just delaying any kind of attack.
Even makes the boost a bit risky, right? Because you know they know that might be one of the ways to get back into it, and it was kind of spotted out there. 4 versus 5 now. Good grenade onto them, and the FaZe really slowed down in this round. What do they do from here? Do you want to spend the time that it would take to go back and clear out the other part of the map?
That's the big problem is since you don't have playground control, yeah, that would chew a lot of time off the clock, a lot of angles you'd have to worry about. I think at this point they're waiting for NaVi to use and deploy all their utility and the choke points to delay as long as possible. So when they do decide to come in for that final thrust, that final push, there's not going to be the counter Molotovs, not going to be the smokes and the choke points. They can make their in with relative ease. And actually, NaVi's given them a bit of a gift here. They've backed off entirely without any of their own utility. It's all on this boost. And if they can get in, like, A, obviously they'd love to pick off Perfecto on this boost, but B, just not losing anyone, it can still be a very tough retake 5-on-4.
Yeah, I think you need to get a kill with that boost, though. That would make it a 5-on-3, and then you're thinking, all right, we can always retake, but now it's a little bit more questionable. All right, it's not. They're just fine. Bit and Perfecto gonna get a couple of kills each, and Brokey now, 1 versus 4. He's not gonna be able to hit the shot either. Simple with a triple kill in the round. And I think NaVi trying to say, let's just play the percentages of having the 4-on-5 and trusting in the retake.
Yeah.
Which I could see the power of it, but man, that also looks sketchy. Once the bomb is down and it actually is a clean 4-on-5, like that could have gone wrong.
If they have more smokes, if they have more flashbangs and Molotovs on that the initial B defenders, I think they stay more aggressive, but the lack of utility forces them back, and obviously it works out with flying colors, so you'll hear no criticism from me further. 4-3 and a timeout is taken. This one is called by FaZe. They're first. They need to talk about the money that they've got to work with. Rob's at 2,900, Kerrigan at 3,700, Rain at 2,800. I don't think they can continue buying after 2 round losses in a row. So now we get to see. This offense has been able to capitalize off a weaker economy from NaVi in these first 7 rounds of play, off the back of the pistol round win. But now that NaVi has some money, can FaZe actually break it? Because they weren't able to do it yesterday.
No, that was part of the big problem. Although I will say some of the research that already looks like it's gone into it from Kerrigan, that earlier call where they were able to rotate to the A-bomb site, that's evidence that they have done some homework. They realize what NaVi are going to be showing up with here. So that does make me excited still. I think watching Kerrigan's calling is it's a real pleasure. But yeah, the weaponry obviously still going to be very, very important. Bit is all the way out on the other side of the map. Going to be checking out that fountain and just not feeling or sensing anyone here. So should be able to call it in. Maybe warn Perfecto that there could be at least a couple of players showing up. He's actually still a little bit alone. MPL is behind him, but on the ramp inside of the B-bomb side. The spray is just fine and not threatened at all by the pistols.
Made chunks down Rops as well. Things very comfortable for NaVi at the moment. Still a smoke and a flash for FaZe to use, but they're hoping for a mistake, and we know that's not going to come. We know NaVi in this situation is going to be very disciplined. I say that.
That was a jump, wasn't it?
Yep.
He wasn't boosted.
Just for information.
Oh my God. That's so ridiculous. I don't even know if I would call that undisciplined. I don't think you're expecting it to get deagled in that position. It's one thing if you boost over, but I think that was just a jump.
Yep, beautiful shot from Brokey.
Come on.
This creates a little bit of a gap, though. You get one more of those, and all of a sudden this round is on. Bit and Simple have got to be careful, although they are going to be going up against the AWP on Simple. They have to know it was recovered in the previous round.
Yeah, but again, you mentioned the word discipline, and that's what's going to be carrying Navi through this one. Just don't give him too many chances. They even have a couple of more nades left just to slow everything down and put the pressure on FaZe if it wasn't already. Going to try and see if they can close the distance against the AWP, but yeah, this is such a solid setup, right? The AWP at range, the rifle a bit closer. Brokey landing another great deagle headshot. We're down to 6 seconds. They need to land a clear one now. Bit will get this. Still into the bomb plant. I mean, this is pretty acceptable, right? You get 2 kills and a bomb plant, and you just make Navi feel a little bit more uncomfortable.
Shout out to Brokey.
Yeah, that was great.
Those are fantastic shots. And I mean, also, Bit makes the right call. He doesn't get into any kind of engagement. He just makes sure he tucks himself into long, keeps himself safe. If he goes down, all of a sudden there's kind of a chance at a 2-on-2 with some guns recovered with time to get that plant. But him choosing to play it safe allows his teammates to come in with confidence. We're all tied up at 4.
And we have to answer that question that you posed earlier still, is are FaZe able to break through the defense now that they actually have all the rifles? I mean, for a while their Navi were struggling because they did not have the economy to keep a fair fight up. But FaZe, I mean, we'll see what Karrigan can bring into the mix. We've got 2 AWPs on the map. Bit just swings wide. That's not even a jiggle or anything. He just went for the fight. And actually, I think Rain was partly team flashed as well. A little bit unfortunate. 4 versus 5 to start the round with, though.
And Rain struggled to handle that aggression yesterday against Bad News Eagles as well. Synopsy was pushing up and getting triple kills with impunity. And once again, FaZe, as we've seen previously, have an entire half of the map ripped out of their hands in the first 20 seconds of the round. So this B bomb site is basically their only choice.
Oh, the timing on that grenade is going to segment Karrigan. His teammates are kind of stuck on the other side, and he'll go down eventually. Brokey will get 1 good kill. And coming through the monster tunnel is Twist. Haven't had to say his name too much yet. 3 versus 4. And he's got a wide angle here, but he needs probably another flashbang to really set this one up. Teammate jumping up on top. Simple. He'll get a kill on Brokey, and it's a 2 versus 3. There's still a chance. They could bring it back. Twist and Robs. Great combination. And they turned it into a 2-on-2. Grenade on top. Not going to be able to kill anyone. In fact, 1 point of health they're taken away from Robs, but the M4 will finish him off either way. And now it's all on Twists. He goes right into the scope. Double for Simple and a double for Bit. It's another really close round. It's an expensive round for Navi, but they'll take it. And no bomb plant being allowed for either. So, I mean, FaZe, they don't get that little bit of a boost in money, which they actually could have used. I think if they get the bomb plant here, they could probably just buy.
Yeah, good job from Brokey trading off NPL inside the site. Navi do just enough. Look at Electronic holding strong behind the smoke for as long as he could. That's creating space for Simple to be able to get into position. And some fine op shots give Navi a 1-round lead. 4 straight for the Navi defense.
Yeah, it's worked out real well for them. NPL's picked up the org. So Tech9s as well on the FaZe side of things, but man, 5-4. This Navi team right now, at the very least, is looking better than I was maybe expecting. I was prepared for a really slow Navi start because I don't know, that's kind of what they do a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's weird because neither of these teams, despite the reputation, have inspired a whole lot of faith from the outside. That's a beefy little nade. Karrigan down to 49, Twisted 69. Here's a flashbang. Electronic out in the open is able to get the first before being blinded. Hits just beginning now. That AUG needs to be put into play, and NPL delivers. Double kill. B bomb site is closed yet again, and finally Navi get around with all 5 players surviving. A feel-good round as money grows behind the defense.
Yeah, feel great round. That's going to give you such a buffer, right? Even if there is a round that sneaks in here for FaZe, you're going to be able to buy quite a bit behind it. 6-4.
I think FaZe really need to be able to, I think they really need to be able to establish some success over towards the A-bomb site, especially early on, like not losing control of Playground, not losing control of Fountain. That's happened twice now with Simple push, with a Bit push previously. And they're going to send a few more bodies in this direction. Karrigan and Brokey to support Rain. Twist towards the underpass.
Yeah, This is where Karrigan really should be able to work his magic a little bit. At least they've got out on this side of the map without losing anyone. They have a chance to push back and get a little bit of map control.
Bit's very dedicated. He's missed the timing to fall back from stairs, so he's basically in stairs to fight to his death. Twist isn't aggressing upon it at all, so Bit's just checking behind him from time to time. He's going to have some attention as Karrigan and Rain are starting to flirt with the idea of swinging wide.
He's just waiting for it. A little bit of a flash setup, but not going to be able to peek behind it just yet. He's very, very patient. Twist is there locking him in, like you said. Oh, this is so scary. Goes for the fight against Twist, but he can't win it. Smoke behind. I think that was actually thrown from the CT side, but Twist able to do it. Karrigan, easy pick off on Simple, who was in a hurry to get back to the A-bomb side. As soon as they lost Bit, he wanted to get out of there. And that's what Karrigan was waiting for. So this is going to be a done round.
Another great read from Karrigan. Just walking until contact and realizing nobody's spotting anything. No one has eyes on him and finding a gap in the defense just by being bold. Straight save call from NaVi, so FaZe is up to 5.
Just a couple of things that I don't understand. I feel like, I know you said Bit missed the timing to fall back, but I still feel like those people inside of the bomb site, I think could have, if they could have maybe boosted on the other side to look through that door right there. They could have helped him because they actually had 3 people inside of the B-bomb side, and those 3 people weren't even doing much of anything. They weren't pushing out. They were very, very passive.
Yeah, that could have absolutely been an option. I think more than anything, I think they're kind of they're throwing flashbangs over so that Bit can actually peek up the stairs.
Right.
And he just never spotted anyone. Just for whatever reason, the timings went against him in every way. Karrigan had slipped past before, you know, between flash timings. Rain was tucked down over at Picnic, so Bit couldn't see him. So Bit never made the call to Simple that anyone was moving up highway. That information just never was spotted and was never gathered. And that's what allows Karrigan to go undetected throughout the whole round. 6-5. And a timeout called. This one from NaVi, they're first.
Yeah, a chance to talk things through. It's a very even game that we've got early on here.
11 kills on Karrigan to lead the way for FaZe as well. Doing a very good job in the early going.
Is that on your bingo card for today, Jason? Were you expecting that?
The Karrigan top frag against NaVi?
Yeah?
It's still early.
I know, but
no, it wasn't.
He does have those games, like it's obviously more of a rare thing, but every once in a while there is like a really wild Karrigan. Those games are also sometimes the more fun ones because he tends to be, ahead of the pack, right? Like he could be the guy to drop down to the Mac 10 and just kind of run in there, and it's all chaos and
Makes
fire.
Some crazy plays.
Yeah.
Karrigan's a wild one when he's feeling it.
It's good.
Over for NaVi, it's Perfecto and Electronic with 8 to lead the way for them, but a very close affair, top to bottom for the NaVi side.
Yeah, they're all showing up, which that's going to be a great start. Did somebody knife MPL at the start of the round, Jason? Why have they done that?
Yeah.
Was it necessary?
No.
I doubt it.
Man's already got a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and then he eats a nade, so he's down to 1 HP. He could just be dead.
Surely the hazing part of being in a team is over by now, you know?
Well,
he's in.
Thank God NaVi have 4 defenders here for that weakness.
He's also playing in a position that's very often grenade or Molotov or something like. I feel like if you're on 1 point of health, especially got the go back to the high ground up at the sniper spot. Just don't stick around where you are. It feels like you're asking to get grenaded at 1 point or another here.
Simple's just passed him the op, and NaVi's going to get a little bit aggressive, see what they can find out towards short. Perfecto and Simple swinging off sandbags. Spotting nothing. If they stay here, though, if Perfecto's in this position, I was going to say he might be able to see Twist. However, that smoke is going to obscure his vision. And FaZe is starting to lean towards pinching bathrooms and potentially into a hit at the A-bomb site. It's at least going to apply some pressure and pull Electronic over to weaken the B defense, especially with NPL at only 1 HP.
He's still in such a forward position. It really does scare me. But so far, it's all good. 37 seconds. The bomb making its way back up the connector. They've cleared it out. Perfecto, if he took 1 step forward here, if he realized there was nobody outside of B, they could get an early rotation. In fact, Simple's kind of already realizing he is running, and I wonder if Karrigan would have been able to hear that. They are kind of committed, though, right now. 20 seconds. You probably don't want to be falling back into the B-bomb side. There's the early fight. Bit will be taking down Twist, and this is looking good for the defense right now. 13 seconds, but Rain, he changes that calculation just enough. Simple swings wide, and Brokey, he's able to hit the flick. 7 seconds left, and they can't stop the bomb. That smoke making it impossible, and especially when you got 1 point of health. And the flank is here for Perfecto, but they know already that someone was going to be coming up. Brokey will take him down. And NPL, that rifle is worth way too much to throw away. So, another round for FaZe.
That's a really good slow-paced round from FaZe as well. NaVi had burned all their nades. Electronic had no nades on that hit. Bit had no nades on that hit. Simple rotating over as the support player had no utility either to provide anything. That was a nice, easy way to march into the A bomb site, especially when you lose that opening kill on Twist to Bit initially. The fact that there's no smokes up, no flashbangs coming out, no Molotovs to change your trajectory. Nice and easy and clinical for FaZe, creeping slowly around the map. NPL dies anyway. 1 HP, and that bomb takes the op out of his hands. There's money to recover it. NPL and Perfecto at 7,100. They can buy an op and drop it over to Simple, who can pass an M4 into their pockets. But money's starting to become an issue again for NaVi. A chance for FaZe to really build upon this 6-round scoreboard in the final stages of the half. 3 rounds remaining.
Huge round of the Brokey as well. He had 4 kills before this one. He picked up a triple. So just getting back up to the rest of the team as well. 6-6. I mean, for a game of this caliber, this is exactly what I want. Something close. I want both teams to show up. That was the only real nightmare that I was having yesterday, kind of going to bed after and thinking, like, please don't let this be one of those games where one team just, for whatever reason, just can't get anything going. Right now, everyone is in the servers. All 10 players are playing really well at the moment. So just keep this up. 6-6, we're all tied up going into the 13th round. And again, Electronic and also Bit a little bit forward on the map. Whenever they've been able to deny FaZe this part of the map control, things have been working out really well for NaVi.
Well, it's Electronic on his own to cover this long position with just a FAMAS. Timing is everything again, and the AK-47 slides out, doesn't even get a chance to pull the trigger. That's a quick double tap from Electronic. Molotov comes into his position. Bit's covering to make sure nobody can wrap around him, but again, the timing isn't there, or is it? Kerrigan backs right up into his crosshair, and now it's just Brokey with the bomb, trying to make it back safely.
He's so far away. It's really weird. They might win this fight down to the B-bomb side, and he might still be in a little bit of trouble to get here. Now, though he's taken a long way back, so that's probably good news. 37 seconds here. They're sneaking up close, finally spotted out, and that should be a warning now to NaVi that this is going to be the bomb site where it's all going to be going down. Bit's still in connector, so Brokey has to still wrap really, really far around. By the time that he gets here, there's not going to be that much time left. Excellent kill from Twist. They need to clear it out so that Brokey can run straight onto the site and plant the bomb. Rops will get a headshot there. 2 versus 3, and even Flash Simple able to get the flick on Rops. I have no idea how. 10 seconds here. And there just isn't the space for it for Brokey, unfortunately. You probably need to save this AWP, keep it alive into the next round if you can. Backing on out, going to be sliding in, and we'll take down Bit. That's actually pretty important there. So, huge rifle saved. Can throw that on over to somebody, or throw an AK over to Kerrigan, more likely. And it's going to be a 6-7 scoreline. Yeah, NaVi just, I mean, some of these, this is close, right? This is close enough that the FaZe could have won the round.
Simple saves the day. This follow-up op shot onto Rops is beautiful. Saw a little bit of leg before the flashbang pops, and is able to just take down the kill, looking over at his teammate's screen to make sure it's confirmed. Second time out from FaZe. Plenty of money for these last 2 rounds for the FaZe attack. For NaVi, that final kill onto Bit right at the end was a little bit painful. Taking one more M4 away.
Seeing Simple hit, so, I mean, he had the headshot earlier against Twist, I think it was.
That was a tough shot to hit as well. A nice adjustment down.
Yeah, there are some small flicks here that are happening for Simple that just puts a little bit of smile on my face. I'm so nervous for this game. I'm not even playing it, but just on either side, right? Like, whoever loses this game, it will be just an absolute catastrophe.
A devastation.
Round number 14.
There's already been plenty of that in this major. Had to say goodbye to Nico yesterday.
I know, that was hard on its own.
And it's tough to pick between Kerrigan and Simple.
Yeah, I know.
Stage.
Again, they go out long. They've really been loving this position phase. They feel like this is where they can get a lot out of it. Bit is just running there. Does make the jump to get the spot. That's real important.
I can't believe he's sticking around just to drop a smoke so that he can actually escape. So has to burn a little bit of utility. All Simple's going to be boosted up. No one's in bathrooms. He's not going to see any action here for quite some time. And Rain's starting to get frisky over towards long.
They've pulled in a 3rd man in Electronic. Kerrigan is outside of B though, so he could make a bit of noise just to distract from this.
And this stack always makes me nervous. If Kerrigan can have any kind of production, taken down by an off angle, But this stack, if FaZe pull the trigger on this attack, this could be the death of 2 players from NaVi.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of grenades though either to get rid of them, so they can't Molotov at this position or anything. Good little flick from Simple. And now he's taking an even wider angle out in the open. They're not ready for it. Robs gets taken down. Simple absolutely in command of this round. 2 versus 5. I'm trying to get closer, but he is destroying them right now. 3 kills on him, and Brokey trying to get there. He'll finally take down Bit, but it feels like it's too little and too late. Perfecto's on the flank as well, and it will be Simple to clean it up. 4 kills on him and 8 rounds on NaVi. They are looking very, very good in this opening half, and it's 14 overall on Simple. This is the kind of throwback performance that everyone surely was hoping for.
Yeah, he started to exert his influence in these past 2 rounds. You can chalk both wins up to his kills. This one with 4, previously with 2 really important impact frags. But reading everything that's coming and being prepared for it all. 8-6. And off the back of a good start in this half, FaZe have plenty of rounds for this T side.
Yeah, that's probably worth pointing out. Not like FaZe are going to be in a full-on panic mode here, but a 7th round would be nice. So the Simple is back in action. He'll take down Robs a bit. A little bit of a quick turnaround there, and he's got Electronic to help him out. Kerrigan was trying to get through the smoke, and Bit, he feels a little bit exposed right now, but he's just fighting his way out. Oh my god, what a way to end the half. Just Bit and Electronic with the rifles making it work. 9-6 at the end, and we're off to a hot start here. Second half is coming up right after this.
What's going on, Blast TV? They finally gave me my own show, so let's make it good. I've flown in Counter-Strike gods from all over the world to come and be grilled by me on their past, present, and future. We've got interviews, great moments, and finally, all new gauntlet map made to test the skills of our upcoming guests. Welcome to your new favorite televised vacation. This is The Launders Show. So Dupree, amazing to talk to you so far, and I want to talk to you more, but first, I'd like to go and watch some clips, and then we can continue this conversation. I want to see if we can jog your memory here, so we get the clip from the demo itself, but you already recognize it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is from the skin. One is that I'm playing the AWP right now,
yeah.
And on the T side, so it's me main opping and it's against SK. And the reason why I was playing AWP was that the device was sidelined because of personal reasons. Yeah, it was just crazy. I'm in a situation where I need to clutch here, and I start spamming the smoke, and I just remember the crowd going crazy. Cold Sure runs through, and I just like la 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 la, and then yeah, everything just went crazy.
You were kind of forced op,
yeah,
but then you continued opping, of course, and you had a great tournament.
This tournament, yeah, I had a really good tournament here, and then I thought, so easy opping. We went to a major at once. We had a discussion within the team. Device actually felt like playing a little bit of rifle. I was like, sure, I've been doing pretty well on the AWP and this tournament, so I'm just going to continue. I think I had a really bad first game. Then I had a really good second game. And then things started to get crucial because it was the old system where you would, it was only best of ones all the way through. I remember I think we were playing against Cloud9. The old Cloud9 that was Skadoodle and Automatic and Tarek and whatever it was. And what happened is that I tell Device in the middle of a game where I'm not hitting it, I'm doing it. I was like, Nikolai, we're going to swap back. And he's like, okay. And we made the swap mid-game.
Mid-game?
Yeah, mid-game.
He gave him the op.
Yeah, I was like, take the op back. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
And we just decided to go back to the old thing. So I started rifling and he started playing op.
Here we go. We're back in the mix. It's a 9-6 first half in favor of NaVi. The second half is coming up. We've got FaZe and NaVi here playing to make it on through playing to survive, Jason. I can't believe that we're here. It's overpass, and I mean, this is still a very open game. NaVi, I think, did look very impressive. Seeing Simple on top of the scoreboard with 15 kills should put a smile on your face, but absolutely nothing is settled yet.
That first half still felt like, it still feels like we're in like the calm before the storm. Like the build up in this series, both teams playing very, let's just say, like it was calculated. Measured, yeah, not a whole lot of risk taken, not anything too deep out of the fundamentals, out of the Counter-Strike textbook. Ooh, good gush on a Rops, that's Simple. He took one of those in the first half. Pisteron, he's just returned the favor now. Very quiet on the map.
Yeah, nobody wants to make that first mistake. I mean, this is...
I mean, that's good pressure applied too. Rops is the closest player to rotate over to the A bomb site. So, I mean, if he sticks in that kind of supportive position and supportive role, if Rain gets pressured, you have a 10 HP player coming over to help out. That's not much help it's going to provide. So Simple's actually done a good job putting that on. And with that low HP, they probably want to keep 4 people here. They know they've spotted Simple over in short. He's making a little bit of noise as well. So Rain's still very much isolated and alone.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll go for a little bit of a jump just to see. That's going to be their key to start the rotation for him to get some help.
And that shift is starting to come now. Rops coming over. Kerrigan's going to come over. Oh, no, that's a gush. Only 20 HP, though. Not as bad, but now all of FaZe is arriving. This hit from NaVi needs to be convincing, needs to be quick, and they're already into the bomb site.
Yeah, the smokes are up. I mean, it's pretty good. At least they could get the bomb plant right. They're holding close to it. How do FaZe get back into this one? They have a smoke and a flashbang of their own, but no kits to play around with. So that flashbang had better be really, really convincing here. The bomb is already planted. 5 on 5 in the retake, and Simple up close with the Glock. He's lining them up. It's a good early kill, but there's going to be a return. Twist and Rain coming back into the round, and now Electronic fighting to see if he could stay alive. Smoke is up, and actually he could just probably hide inside of it. Twist all on his own, and I think they needed more. They needed more from that initial push. This seems like it can't be won any longer. 10-second defuse, I don't think that's going to be coming through, and I think Twist agrees, going to be slowly backing on out. That did turn into a kind of a close round, and oh god, they're actually going to find him at the end.
Yeah, Electronic's going to go down with the bomb though, however, but he'll be fine with that. Round 1 for NaVi. Pisteron going the way of the offensive side, just like it did in the first half, so NaVi just returning the favor. And you're exactly right. That retake needed to happen. I mean, that's a perfect timing for that execution. All of FaZe was on the verge of arriving and actually shoring up that defense. If maybe that's delayed 1 second, there's 2 more FaZe players inside of the bomb site. As it was, Rain had to back away. He knew the full weight of NaVi's attack was coming on him and him alone, so had to get behind the smoke and play for the retake. Round 17, 4-round lead for NaVi. Early utility out. Perfecto going to be aggressively taking short with the MAC-10. The rest of NaVi going to start following up.
Always a fun little boost, this one. Suspicious when you know that door doesn't exist anymore. You should always be aware, all right, there's something that's going on there. Whether it's open or whether it's been blown off, that's always a huge giveaway. But Simple goes down. And that's going to be worth it, even if Rops took a fair bit of damage behind it. They're close to that B bomb site.
Nice trade back, though. Twist peeking with the nade, trying to do a little bit of damage with that to help make it easier with the FAMAS, and it's not going to work.
And being in that position, right, being on that L-bend next to the B-bomb side, it's just so powerful on the T side. You're almost able to just jump straight in there. Scouts being wheeled in. Again, they don't have the best weaponry really to try and defend with. FaZe unlikely to be picking up this round. Swings in. Oh, that is the bomb. You're right. And it falls way in front. Still, Perfecto and Electronic are trying to bring it back. And Rob's being low from earlier. Not going to be too much help here. He's got the Deagle. Looking for a shot. Brokey's there with the Scout. We're going to need to see some really crisp Scout shots come out for this to even be close to possible. 30 seconds. And the bomb being brought back now. They have picked it up. They've recovered it. So the situation is a little bit more under control. Oh, missed opportunity. They're not going to get too many more. Trying to get the shot through the box. And he's shooting a little bit low, unfortunately, for that. Now he's just let loose. I think this round is going to be just fine now for NaVi. There was a moment there, though.
Yeah.
Electronic with a triple.
A couple moments in that round that were really scary. Bit swinging in with the bomb. I don't know if he thought he had a teammate closer to him, or if he just forgot he was carrying the bomb, but it being dropped behind the bomb site can be so deadly. And obviously, the cross back over from Perfecto with the bomb in hand opens himself to the Scout from Brokey. A decent attempt on this defense, but as you mentioned, Electronics triple kill, just high impact, and that's a really important frag to get onto Kerrigan so that you can actually recover the bomb when it's dropped in that position. 11-6, NaVi survive a little bit of a scare, and they're up by 5.
Yeah, that did get a bit concerning. Again, one good scout shot and it could change everything. A 5-round lead, and FaZe, they still can't really put anything into this. Obviously, buying up in the previous round, so gonna have the scout to mess around with and maybe some upgraded pistols, but not really much more than that. How are you feeling about this game? We never even got to talk about this. Who did you pick for this one? Did you want to throw down a pick? Do you want to?
Yeah, I predicted NaVi to win this one. I mean, again, I just, this is like a little bit of a coin toss, and just in terms of the levels we've seen these teams come out with, I think both of them have been disappointing in their own ways throughout the Legend stage.
Yeah, that's true.
But I tried to like kind of forget about those disappointments when I made the prediction, right? Like I tried to just say, you know what, this is an elimination game. There's so much history inside this server, so much experience in this server. I took away the idea that both these teams were going to come in looking flat. I just kind of assumed both of them were going to come in looking like the teams we know them as. And so far, this game has delivered. We haven't had those blow-up, exciting moments yet, but you can tell the weight of the situation.
I mean, the closer we get to one team getting to 16, the more of those moments probably will be, right? Because eventually, one or the other team will have to take a couple of more risks to try and stay in the map. But yeah, I agree. I think NaVi as well, just more of a feeling than anything else. I don't think I can defend it beyond that, really. Oh, USP, that's a little bit of a fight to be winning, but it's just a Mach 10 on the ground, so they should still be in a prime position to pick this one up. Brokey's going to be going down. Electronic seems to be hitting some shots now. And Rob's back here with a 5-7, not going to make that work. So 12-6, and more going in the way of NaVi here. They win the first 3 rounds to start the second half with. And now the question is, what can FaZe do now that they've started to pick up some rifles? They got the AWP on Brokey, but this has to be a pretty big stand for FaZe early on. They don't have the runway to lose a couple of rounds and figure out the defense. Like, it has to be pretty much right off the bat.
One of the scary things for FaZe right now is Electronic and Simple both playing very well. 18 kills apiece on both of them, and that's perhaps the greatest 1-2 punch, 2-player combination we've had ever in CSGO. And there's been some big ones. Device Dupree back in the day, Olaf Krims, Get Right Forest, but Electronic and Simple have been so consistent for so long now.
Yeah, that's why it was so disgusting when they added Bit, and you just felt like, well, this is unfair, because he himself is also obviously someone who has a lot of firepower behind him.
Look how much more NaVi's willing to individually dictate some things on this T side than FaZe was. It was much more calculated and slow paced from FaZe. This is just NaVi players sliding into fights confidently. Brokey's Molotov tucked into a corner, taking a lot of damage, but at least that kill from Rop slows things down. But it also throws a little bit of chaos into the mix. It makes FaZe really nervous. They shifted a lot of players back to the A bomb site, which leaves Kerrigan alone. Twist is extremely committed to A at the moment.
They've also used all of their grenades, right? FaZe, I mean, they were throwing a bunch of them to defend the A-bomb site, even if it was just one player.
Brokey's starting to slide back. One of Brokey or Twist needs to get over here quick, because Kerrigan's smoke is about to fade, and they're missing the timing on when Kerrigan is going to need assistance. Blinded as well. Now they've closed the gap, and he's just got to stay tucked into the pillar. First is his. Buying time with another one. He's done his job, but the bomb will still get planted.
That is a huge double for Kerrigan, and they are not aware. Simple just walks into the shot. It's all on Vector, 1 versus 3, already tagged up quite a bit. Down 16 health, and Brokey is not going to miss the opportunity. That is actually a huge round for FaZe. Now, they only survive with 2 people, so it's still going to be very sketchy going forward. But, yeah, you're not going to complain about that one.
Jesus, did Kerrigan answer the call.
Yeah, he really did.
That's unreal, even getting blinded, staying alive for as long as humanly possible. What a tough situation to be in. Equalizing kill found by Rops, but this play, that kill, and again, just working this pillar for as long as he possibly can. If he's traded 1 for 1, there's a lot more security in that bomb site for NaVi, and a timeout is taken. Second for Blade to get involved in the conversation. And considering the history and the legacy of the players, we haven't even yet touched on someone like Blade, someone like Robin, the coach of FaZe.
I know.
Legends of their own right as players back in the early days of Counter-Strike in 1.6, over a decade ago. Now extremely impressive coaches as they've continued their Counter-Strike career, both of them with the major under their belts.
I like the fact that you brought it up with Bit running forward like that, because that is a stylistically different thing from what we saw out of FaZe. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought Brokey was gonna miss the timing anyway, because he got flashed in by Robs, but there was a chance there that he just goes for like a casual peek just to sort of see what's happening. And if he walks right into the AK, he could have been dead. So definitely a different feel early on. And, you know, Bit getting a little bit of freedom as well to say, all right, I'm gonna go investigate and find this out for myself.
That's a critical 4v5 conversion though for FaZe. Right? They play that round of man down for most of it until Rops finds an equalizer. At 6-12, you lose that one, you're out of money. You're looking at 6-13. That's a very important round for FaZe to win. Money is sketchy for both teams.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
FaZe still 5
Nobody
rounds
has
behind. I mean, this kind of dictates, again, if FaZe can start this comeback, start to close the gap with an easier round against probably just pistols in the next round for NaVi, or if NaVi win this, it feels like the red carpet's laid out to a map 1 victory.
Oh, they're getting a lot of control out long. Some shots just to test that tree line. Brokey is way back in the A-bomb side with Rain. They're really far back in general. Actually, they are going to go investigate. This is interesting. Brokey and Rain kind of doubling up, saying, let's see if we can do like a late round retake of the bathrooms.
Yeah, look at the clock, 40 seconds, and they don't really have a whole lot of information. And now they can position themselves as an early warning system. If they encounter anything from NaVi in this position.
And they actually have a smoke to fall back from as well. They can smoke off the one side and sort of try to escape if they get the early fight here. There we go. Yeah, smoke up to try and get a little bit more going. But that's the bomb dropped. Rain's just stepped on top of it. He's going to take down MPL. That's the end of the round. There's only 17 seconds left here. Nothing that Bit and Perfecto should be able to do about this.
Ooh, that's a really nice find. That's the op, though. If Bit can actually just stay alive and hold on to the AWP, oh, he's going to go down to Rain. Op should be able to be recovered. Perfecto wants nothing to do with it. That would have been great if the op stayed on the ground, if Bit was able to kind of protect that.
Yeah.
Could have been huge, but Rain's going to do a great job recovering. Triple kill in the round for him, and FaZe is up to 8.
That little push from Rain and Brokey is kind of cool in a couple of different ways, right? I mean, one thing is the timing of it, doing it kind of late in the round, but also the fact that they didn't have a lot of nades. That one smoke was the only smoke that they had. So if you elect instead to go back and defend the A-bomb side, but you don't have any grenades to stop them, that could be a real big problem. So I kind of like that way of thinking too. 12-8, 21st round, and NaVi, like you said, both teams were low on money to begin with. Now, NaVi practically out of it. Perfecto has the AK, and that's about it.
And 2 rounds in a row for FaZe to start building and growing some confidence in this defensive side that's held strong. Gotta give time for this AK-47 to look for a pick.
They know that this AK is going to be in play, so this is also something that's probably, it's very likely that this will happen, right? If you've got one weapon, you're going to try and see if you can get it into a position.
Rops is just tucked in safely behind the pillar, so the boost can't spot him, and he's just got a counter flash ready for his team. That's just if Twist encounters anything in Monster. Rops has already got the flashbang primed to drop it, and he'll be able to swing afterwards.
They're giving this as much time as they can, NaVi. They're really hoping and praying that they're going to get at least one kill behind it.
Rops' hand is probably off his keyboard. He's never backing up into this boost.
You say that, Jason, but now that you said it, it makes me worried instantly for him.
Oh, the Deagle. No way.
Jason?
Did that Deagle spam? That Deagle spam called out by the A-bomb side, I think, might have shifted that defense.
It's possible. Is that enough of an opening, though? Only 35 seconds here. They still have to get through the tunnel. Harrigan's holding it with the M4. It's a good spray on the first one, but MPL still wins the battle, and that's with a Glock, no less. They're defending it. 25 seconds here, and it looks just fine. Brokey stepping up and hitting 3 consecutive shots, and FaZe will be able to pick up the round anyway. That's 3 in a row for them, and it was a bit costly, sure, but you'll take it.
Yeah, you will take it. And Brokey's first kill as they come out Monster is on a Perfecto with the AK-47, so that rifle not able to trade the upper off. Right there. That's the dangerous weapon hitting the floor, and Brokey has an easy time after the fact. Good shot from Simple at the end on a twist, but not able to convert onto the other. And FaZe building up into the second half. 3 straight now for FaZe's defense.
And that's it. good textbook sort of way to you know, dislodge the defense, like a little bit of something, a little bit of noise, and it was enough to move Rops out of the position. Now they're going to try and change the pace. Steep Molotov, they're right onto the B bomb side, and MPL, that's a great opening. Carrigan, though, he's still back here somehow. It's not bad. Gets at least the 1 kill.
Oh, and this is a horrible round for FaZe to have this strategy executed upon them. They put most of the emphasis towards the A bomb site, expecting the switch up. Simple sees the door open, but Rops is being patient as his teammates wheel from behind. Rain and Brokey flanking from T-spawn.
Brokey could throw a flashbang to clear out Simple. They could get one over the wall, and they probably wouldn't need it right here. Otherwise, I'm not sure this is going to be working out. They don't do it with the flashbang, and instead, Simple just absolutely clearing them up. Brokey on his own, and he's going to get hunted down too. Nothing saved into the next one as NaVi will finally get back after losing 3 in a row here. And because of the earlier damage that they did, right, some of those rounds where they got a little bit of chip damage in on the economy, FaZe can't really buy into this round.
What a great call, though, for NaVi. What a switch up in the pacing. It helps that FaZe had called a lean towards the A bomb site on their defense and aggressively towards bathrooms, but lacking that third player means they didn't have anyone spotting for how fast that was, but so much utility onto Kerrigan's position, and Kerrigan's the first contact, the first one to spot for a monster rush, so he's under too much pressure. And just that slow style into that uppercut execute onto the B bomb site is painful. And it might knock FaZe right out of this. They were building up into that, but all of a sudden that stopped so harshly. They're back to pistols. And I think Kerrigan spent all his money to drop an M4 over to Twist. He's on a CZ with no armor.
Yeah, I actually thought the fact that they could afford the M4 was going to be enough that they would have wanted to maybe save it a little bit, but yeah, they just forced up into it. They bought everything into the round. It's all on this. FaZe. If they lose this one, the next one's going to be just USPs. Probably be straight to 15 for NaVi. How do you make this work? Twist has got the M4 down to the B bomb site. Brokey is running all over the map with a knife out, trying to see if he could find a position to get a fight in somewhere. Yeah, boost up inside of the bomb site. Rain and Brokey are going to connect with each other over the restrooms. You need a miracle in this round. Carrigan's got the CSAT 75, a little bit of a throwback on its own. Less common to see that pistol picked up these days over the 5.7. And they're sneaking in through that tunnel again, Jason. They're going for it. Under a minute now. Electronic and Bit are out making noise at long, but they're just trying to sell the fact that this is where it's going to be happening, and they're selling it really well. Deep smokes landing on the A bomb site, but
yeah,
it's all a ruse.
If you needed any other advantages in this round for NaVi, you got it. You have a very weak defense at that B bomb site. Good trade from Rain. Not aware of the second one. Electronic able to trade that off. Still just Kerrigan inside the smoke.
How good is the CC going to be? Oh, a little bit of a distraction. He's good for the 1 kill. Tries to pick up the AK, but he can't get away with it. He otherwise was in an interesting position. I mean, there's 25 seconds here where the bomb goes down, but if he can get another kill and sort of stay alive, at least Twist would have been able to make his way there. It's not going to happen. It will be 14 rounds for NaVi. And FaZe, they need to save this gun because it's all they're going to have in the next one.
Yeah, 2 rounds away, NaVi, from this map 1 victory, taking away FaZe's map pick in this series.
Simple on 22 kills, Electronic on 19, and the rest of them are doing just fine as well. It's not like anyone's really letting down the team at the moment. This is a perfect performance coming out of the gate for NaVi. And the fact that we're even on Overpass in itself was a bit of a question mark to start the day with. I was certainly confused when I saw the video.
We were laughing a little bit, having after the Bad News Eagles game yesterday, the 3-16 loss that FaZe took on this map.
Yeah, although there's something, I guess, also kind of cool about it in a way. Carrigan saying, well, we've done the work, we have a plan, even if we have one bit of data to, that goes the opposite way, you lose one game, you think, well, doesn't mean we have to cancel the whole map. So, I mean, I appreciate it on some level, but man, it's looking rough at the moment.
Yeah, look at the stress now. Head in your hands. 4th and final timeout taken.
You know who they're missing right now, though? That was the engine. Is Robs. He's got 10 kills at the moment. Top is still Brokey and Carrigan both at 17. Need Mr. Robs to come back and crack some skulls.
You need everyone to come back at this point. I mean, Rain's taken a couple tough shots on defense here. You think that the bit entry they had on him earlier, everyone's kind of had a rough go of it at various moments. Let's see if FaZe can put a stop to this. Fighting with scraps. With whatever they possibly can muster. Deagle on Rops. 5-7 on Rain. There's just not money to fight for FaZe.
Wow.
Scout with no armor on Brokey.
Curious that they force up back-to-back rounds. I understand they don't want to be fighting for overtime, but I mean, these are some really, really hard rounds to win. And they're making sure that all they're going to have left are more hard rounds, basically.
And NaVi's just been way... Ooh, that's a good flashbang. Electronic gets into safety. Swinging wide. That's a dangerous fight against the SMG. And the fence takes some bullets away. Perfecto going to try and help alleviate some of the pressure. So is Simple, but he knows there's a second. He doesn't want to swing wide just yet. Oh, good shot from Kerrigan with the AK.
No way.
And all of a sudden, it's FaZe exerting influence on the map.
Yeah, the bomb was back there, but it's been picked up by Pit in the meantime. Brokey, you have to stay alive. You have to hold on. That's more important than anything right now. Just locked him in the bomb site. Perfecto is already low on health, and he's outside of the B bomb site. It's just MPL and Bit that are up here. All you have to do is hold on for the teammates to show up. And Twist and Kerrigan are coming in. Actually, Perfecto's realized there's nobody flanking, so they're going to know. NaVi know where the rest of FaZe are going to be coming from. Let's see how this plays out.
One
MPL
kid
up close.
One kid on Kerrigan.
Yeah, that's huge. Grenade has set it up. They've taken down MPL, but Bit is still back here, fighting for his life and fighting for the map as well. He jumps up, he gets the double, but now it's all on Perfecto, and that kit could change the course of this map completely. They tap it once, they want to find out where Perfecto is. They still don't know. And ice cold, he was waiting that whole time. They could have already been defusing, and now they will be all the way through. They get the defuse. Perfecto, initially he held his nerve, but then it was too much, and he just didn't have the time for it. Twist with the triple, and FaZe with a miracle round to keep this dream alive on Overpass.
That's a good start to the retake. The nade towards the plant position makes Bit turn away from it just in case, trying to huddle himself away from danger. The retake begins, and they're able to take out NPL from the side, which can activate Brokey. Really well done, and Perfecto goes for the double bluff, I guess. He calls it twice, thinking there's going to be a fake tap twice.
Well, he might have also thought that they just didn't have the kit because of the economy, right? I didn't even realize it was really unlikely that that was going to happen. So in his mind, he's thinking, I've got at least another 5 seconds before this even becomes a real problem.
Third time out for NaVi as they talk things over. FaZe stopped them from 15.
One defuse kit in a force-up round, and that bought them just enough time, and only barely. 14-10. They really needed that round. That kind of justified, I mean, some of the force-up there, I was questioning it a little bit because it looked sketchy to me doing back-to-back force-ups.
Yeah, it's worked.
It has.
Now they just need to build on it. 4-round lead for NaVi. Up in the hands of Simple, AKs as well. Decent amount of money for NaVi. Not a big losing bonus built up. Plant would be really helpful even in a loss.
Brokey pushed up.
Pushed up and sees nothing. Pushed off and saw no presence. Flashbang is going to give away the game that there is presence out towards long, and Electronic's going to start taking really quick control all the way at tree in a minute and a half.
I like this. FaZe did this a couple of rounds themselves where they really got this long presence. Rain and Brokey are on the other side to fight, though, but you have to assume that one or the other team is going to set it up with a grenade. Actually, just a jump. That's so dangerous. The double setup here is going to surprise NaVi. They were not expecting it. They thought it was just a one player. Rain and Brokey, a little tag team duo to pick up a kill, and yeah, I think he almost jumped over the shot then. That's ridiculous. 3 versus 5 now. And NaVi in a little bit of trouble.
No flashbang from Simple at the time. He's picked one up off the dead bodies now, but earlier he didn't have a flashbang to activate them to get around the half wall. Would have been great against that double setup once it was spotted out, but they just didn't have the resource in the right places. Now, going to encroach upon the A bomb site very quickly, very aggressively. 42 seconds on the clock. Perfecto. If he can find Rain, all of a sudden it's just Brokey to defend. Rops is on his horse on the way over, but he's going to be locked out by utility. And Brokey spots one, gets the kill, and this hit is falling apart for NaVi.
Yeah, it really is. The time running out as well. Simple. Oh my god, maybe not falling apart. Simple. He missed that shot. Gets the jump over. He knows the Kerrigan is. 20 seconds, and Kerrigan, the bomb is not planted yet. He has to play for time right now. He has to fall back. Simple. He's looking for it. He's hunting for it. And now picks up the bomb. 10 seconds on the clock. He fakes it once. Goes back for it. He misses again. How many more swings is he going to get for it? Kerrigan getting up close. Oh, no bullets. So simple. He ends up going down. And Kerrigan in the one-on-one clutch.
Oh, what an extended clutch. The fact that NaVi even bring that back is unreal.
Oh my God,
Look
yeah,
at,
it is.
This is a 2-on-4, and everyone's here. Everyone's here, but everyone's really afraid to commit to those fights between the shots. Kerrigan, ice cold against Simple. The two men fighting for their legacy, and Kerrigan comes out on top. 11-14.
You needed the reload, didn't you? That was what ultimately made the difference. Oh dear, Simple now on an AK. And FaZe, they're back in the game. Back-to-back rounds off of back-to-back force-ups. And it's going to be 11-14.
Money's still not pretty for FaZe, though. This round is really dangerous for them, sneakily.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not in terms of necessarily losing it, but taking too much damage could be a catastrophe.
They've got to keep everything alive.
This comeback is being done the hard way, with low economy each and every round. The force buys that you mentioned, labored buys mixed in.
Well, you know what? There was a point in time, and Simple's having a performance like he's playing like we are, you know, a year ago, basically.
We asked for it. We asked for the GOAT to show up today, and he's done that.
He's got 24 kills, 1 AK on Simple. And the way that he feels right now, let's see what he could do. 3 people in the A-bomb site, though. This is a strong read for FaZe right now. They have such a presence here. There should be no way through. Bit of a jump, but Brokey's got so much coverage. They can't really run him down. Look at Twist just shooting them as they try to get onto the bomb site. 4 kills on him. That is an absolute lockdown. And well played by Brokey as well. They're going to realize there's no reason to swing and fight that. He's got a rifle on either side of him. There's no way they can get to him.
And again, the first kill from Twist takes the AK-47 out of the hands of Simple, so the dangerous weapon that NaVi wants to do economic damage or crack open bomb sites is taken out of their hands immediately on that attack.
Oh God, we're getting...
Lead is cut to 2. It's getting close. 3 in a row for FaZe on defense.
It's getting real close, isn't it? Kerrigan top fragging with 20 kills on FaZe. But he's starting to get a lot of backup at the top here. And you said you wanted a round where FaZe had some economy. They had people surviving, but that was the last round there. That's going to really help them out down the stretch if NaVi get another one, and they might. Electronic.
Here's the push again. Here's the push again. Oh, Electronic has no idea. He's dead. He's dead. Oh, maybe you get Twist?
The bomb's back there. This is... Oh my God. You wanted chaos, Jason. Well, you've got it. A little bit of a flick of the weapon as well. He's going to go down anyway. Kerrigan is back here. Did he see the bomb? I don't know if he's checked it. He's going to find Simple, and he must be confused. Now he definitely has 3 versus 4, and it's going to be... He just has to defend this on his own, right? There's no one could be called in to help him out.
What a weird round.
Yeah, we're deep into it now, actually.
However, this is still recoverable because Kerrigan, no one can help him. Twist is like sticking around, overextending to provide the assistance, but if they find this kill clean onto Kerrigan...
They are all coming for him. Rain as well is going to try and get there. Oh, everyone rotated to B, and there might be a massive mistake. Twist takes a bullet to the head, and Perfecto is ready and waiting. If Brokey walks into this, he could be dead in one single click. 40 seconds here, and they're on a freeze, NaVi. They're saying there was a lot of motion outside of that B-bomb, so let's just wait and see what they do.
I mean, you might expect 2 defenders at the B bomb site. I don't think you'll expect Rain to be this aggressive in this position, though, coming through Monster, right? At the off angle, back towards the grates.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. You might be right. This could actually still go bad for NaVi. There's a good pick off. Rain, 20 seconds. He picks up the 1. Ready as they come through. And oh my God! Rain with the last spray down. Taking bit. A triple on the Norwegian. And FaZe, they survive. It's another miracle on their side.
You'll never expect him to be that pushed up after all the presence and all the pressure coming from the defense in this position. NPL finds the position, but this trade right here, it had to be it. Perfecto had to have that kill because Bit had no HP. And somehow, some way, FaZe is hanging on, and Twist can barely believe it.
I can't believe it. He's so isolated. You're right. The element of surprise is what really changes that a lot. They're not expecting it, but still, he's got no coverage down there. He can't escape. Just on his own with the AK.
This is gonna be tied up. Brokey with the opening kill onto Simple as he swings out with the Deagle. Perfecto's got that 1 AK-47 because again, it comes down to just 1 player surviving for FaZe, so they want the economic pressure going into the last few rounds of the half.
How has it come to this, NaVi? That last round, that should have been theirs. They should have been at 15 right now. That's FaZe. They've had some really tight rounds that just absolutely looked impossible. And yet here we are. Simple out of this one. And they're looking to group up towards the B bomb side, but there's no pressure on FaZe in this one. One smoke, the only bit of utility on NaVi, and then obviously the AK that they're messing around with. All right, there we go. That's what you need, and you need to do it again and maybe even a third time for this to really be possible. Carrigan dancing around the pillar. He's been really good at doing that, but they will be able to trade him. It is a 3-on-3, and the bomb getting onto the bomb side.
Yeah, just one AK-47 still. They haven't been able to recover any of the other weapons. Bit's going to try and pick one up inside the smoke. He's looking for it, has the M4 in hand now. Tough retake ahead. 2 kits available for FaZe, but only flashbangs.
He still hasn't reloaded that M4, by the way. That makes me real nervous. There's the swing and Bit. That's why he just didn't need it. 6 bullets was enough. NaVi, if they found a way, has Perfecto carved a way back into the game for them? Rob's moving up, and Perfecto's going to continue his reign of terror. Bit will take one more down. A triple for Bit and a double for Perfecto. And it's NaVi at 15 in one of the most unlikely rounds to win. They had nothing but the AK to work with.
We said the comeback was going to be done the hard way. It doesn't get much harder than this. Beautiful shot from Perfecto to open up on Twist in space. Carrigan can only get the one. The defense had just shifted away. Rain is being distracted by Electronic, which allows Bit an easy kill. It all comes crumbling. And one more time, FaZe have to battle with such a low economy. 2 Deagles, an MP9, a FAMAS. 5 pieces of utility total for this round.
We said it at the beginning, right? It started off with very safe Counter-Strike, nobody really taking many risks. And now here at the end, all we have are crazy rounds that are down to just some of the individual performances. Here we go, running through the flames to take down MPL. That's worth it. Flash goes a little bit wide, so they can still fight this if they want to, and they're going to smoke it off instead. They say that's not worth it. Backing on out. Simple's not holding on the other side, so they can escape.
I like this play from Bit, though. He realizes we saw 2 players in stairs. There's going to be some space. He challenges through the smoke. Might be able to catch Rain, erupts, in transition. One of the Deagles on the ground, and all the defense from FaZe is shifting. Twist decides to park himself at the B bomb site. Carrigan calls them off. Brokey goes back.
And Carrigan's actually going to go investigate. Not that much to lose here with the Deagle in play, so he's going to try and see if he could do this. FaZe with 4 people alive to try and hold on to the map. Otherwise, NaVi will just walk away with it in a close victory. Nice headshot. Carrigan has absolutely shown up to play today. And a 3 versus 4.
He can't escape, though. He's being held in. Good kill from Electronic. A 3-on-3, but with 30 seconds, that's a lot of information at a perfect moment. Allows this defense to slide into the bomb site. Oh, but NaVi's calling the perfect... Oh, are they?
They're thinking about it. They were thinking about it. Molotov to put some pressure on, and they're going to test it. They're not going to fall back this time. Simple's all the way at the corner of Long, and he's crouching in with a Deagle of his own. Rain's just tucked in the corner. Only 11 seconds left. Perfecto, they're trying to go for it here. The spray is good, and they know where Rain is as well, and that's the final kill. Electronic to pick it up 16-13 as NaVi will win the opening map. It was picked by FaZe, but it does not work out in their favor. Man, the last 8 rounds of this game were absolutely unreal.
So tense, so close. With low economy, FaZe almost make the comeback happen. We got a lot of what we wanted, though. The 2 guys battling for their historic legacies in Counter-Strike, delivering. Carrigan and Simple top fragging for their teams, and that's just map 1. When we come back, we've got Mirage.
That's actually a funny story. I don't know if I should. I don't know if it's only on me, so.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll share.
Let's go.
Maybe 2 weeks prior, I destroyed my phone. So I had just gotten a new phone. It was the newest iPhone at the time. Yeah, you know, I was on my phone and I had to pee. So and you know, you see, you have the toilet as like right here, and then you'd have like a window up here, a little bit curved, you know.
So you can see the bears coming.
Yeah. So I was a little bit. I was just like, I put my phone up there. All of a sudden, I hear someone, you know, like tries to, and it's Sonic, you know. I panic that I thought that maybe I didn't lock the door.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm standing here, my phone is up here.
Yeah.
I hit my phone with my elbow as the phone goes bloop.
Into the toilet.
So my phone is lying in the toilet with my own pee in it.
Yeah.
So I just immediately like get my hand inside the toilet, realizing that the phone has gotten stuck because, you know, the toilet is like
on the curve.
On the curve, so it's like in between. I'm just like trying to get that goddamn phone out. I finally get the phone out and I look at it. It's fine. It's working. I had pee all over my hands, in my phone, and oh my god, it was horrible. Sonic kind of also panicked because he heard from outside the door a lot of things happened, and he was like, what did I do? And he didn't know it was me in there.
Yeah.
And then he said, hello? And it's like, it's just me, Danny. It's just me, Danny. He said, are you okay? Yeah, I just dropped my phone in the toilet. There's pee everywhere. Oh.
Pants on your ankles, lying on the floor.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Phone stuck in the toilet.
It was horrible. And when I went back to the room to tell the guys that what I did, that was a horrible thing.
Wow.
It's right here. This is the phone.
The same phone.
This is the phone. So
Make sure never to touch that. But yeah, still remember it. Got that sent.
Well, that was a war of attrition, but FaZe unfortunately left high and dry. Overpass sealed up by NaVi 16-13 after somehow managing to stave off that comeback. And Matthew, you said this could have been a risky pick for FaZe based off of Simple's form on this particular map. Guess who showed up to the server today?
Time to gloat. Time to gloat a little bit. These are my 10-15 seconds of gloating. Listen, Simple once again showcased a masterful CT side. I think currently he is one of the operators that can play the most diversified playstyle to a highest level on that map. And this is why I'm so confident whenever I see NaVi on the CT side. You have Bit with the M4 up front, and then you have Simple who can not only be aggressive with the AWP, but also masters how to play on A side. I guarantee you some of these skills we're about to see are just very cleverly playing on the A bomb side, being passive. That's a great example with the AUG right here, and he did what I hoped he would do on the defense.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, even after that Simple great CT performance, FaZe had 60 rounds, and I felt like that was enough. I felt like after the switch, things are going to go well for FaZe, but they didn't. And then we only got the pinnacle of this game, which is complete chaos, to end it in NaVi's favor.
Yes, so many twists and turns throughout the entirety of this series. Of course, we see FaZe starting off really hot, but let's focus on the first half of this particular map. That was the CT side of NaVi, and we do have round number 7 down in the Mahone zone.
That's correct. So I want to talk about this round here, which really displays just smart B defense. So what we're going to see here at the start is an early 5v4 situation. Simple finds this kill onto Rain. And what I really want to highlight here is just this decision here from NaVi to go away from this close monster setup. They're going to move away from this close monster setup, and they're actually essentially just going to give up the site. They're going to play all the way back. And what they're going to do is they're going to construct this boost here. Now, Perfecto, as soon as he's up here, he still has eyes on the site, but more importantly, what this does is it puts FaZe into this particular position. Normally, when you hit towards the B side, when you go towards Monster, you're expecting all these close setups here. You're expecting a player maybe close left, maybe a player at the wood, maybe even a player at the pillar. Normally, to break these crossfires, you have to throw flashes. That's what FaZe do here. But this is really the value of being all the way far back. It's because all these flashes, they don't really affect you. You'll see that from Perfecto's point of view. As this hit comes in, because he's so far back and he has a wide angle, he's able to see when these flashes are coming through. He's able to dodge them. And in addition, even if he does get hit by one, the flashes are so far away that he doesn't really get that blinded. This allows him to basically fight the site and just contain them in it. What this does for FaZe is that when they're here in the site, they're now uncertain of what's actually beyond this pit side. It basically makes it so that FaZe are really just stuck in this bubble right here. From Twist's point of view here towards pit, you'll see that he's unwilling to aggress past this angle because he's not really sure what's here. There could be a player behind here. There could be a player at Graffiti. At the same time, Rops over here towards short. he can't really peek beyond this angle on this right side. He can't peek beyond this because he doesn't know if there's somebody who's already posted up. What this does is it forces FaZe into an uncomfortable spot where they have to fight. Kerrigan, he tries to jump up. Perfecto still on this boost. He's able to punish. At the same time, Bit coming in from connector. He knows that Rops is probably looking for a fight because it's 4v5. He's looking for a way back into the round. Bit takes a nice comfortable angle onto Rops. And then lastly for Twist, as he's coming in, by the time he tries to get involved and takes the risk on Pit, he's already collapsed in on from all sides. Simple gets him from heaven, and then it puts him into a spot where he can catch Brokey as well. So beautiful stuff here from NaVi, where it really just shows that after you get that initial pick, you can also fall back into the site and just contain FaZe into the B site and just make it so difficult for them to pull off the post plant.
And I love that breakdown from Danny as well, because it illustrates really the small details that really were the building blocks of this game, because we come into the second half, NaVi win the pistol, convert the next two, FaZe then answer back with 3 of their own, and then NaVi, they change the pace a little bit, don't they, Match?
Then there's a common theme, details and the B side. We can have a look at round number 22. It'll contain both of these elements I've just mentioned, with NaVi hitting the B side really quick. First of all, I guess the rhythm of that round is interesting. We'll discuss that later. Have a look at what Electronic does. Puts down the smoke, makes sure the attention is towards Catwalk, towards Short Rider, which means NPL has a free kill onto Twist, unbeknownst to Kerrigan hiding in the smoke behind. And just like that, a couple of kills. We know NaVi's quality when it comes to the clutch. Simple is very cleverly in the construction position, finds the kill, punishes, turns around, and he does what Simple does. But just 2 things, the amount of details being put into it and the rhythm, because prior to that, the first round of NaVi also came off the back of a fast play, and that's how they were able to gain all of these seconds to play with it in the end round.
And this seemed like this is a done deal, right?
Yes.
NaVi is putting this to bed. After that, there's coming out like kind of low buys and stuff like that. But Kerrigan was holding them in this individually, interestingly enough. And after that, we also have this crazy low buy round. I think that's round 26, where a B push comes in to save kind of the bacon. We see first Rops going for a duel here, and while this is happening, the B players are pushing Monster, completely unaware NaVi is going to get caught off guard here. A couple of kills going FaZe's way.
So clever as well. Kerrigan calls off his teammate. He says, listen, I've become invisible. I don't know why Twist takes that risk over here. He's granted an absolute gift, a miracle from God in that quick switch. And here is the mistake that I believe happened. I don't think FaZe should have stuck to the bomb. I think they should have stayed put, but it's going to end up working out anywho. Kerrigan overstays his welcome, gets punished, still 3 versus 2. But because all of the defense of FaZe has kind of shifted towards that bomb side and NaVi's been sucked into it, Rain has become invisible. And with the low HP advantage of the third one, beautiful shot, by the way, onto Perfecto, he puts FaZe onto 13. This round, you could probably like write a movie about it. It's like one of these long segments, like 10 minutes of video just based on this round.
Turns around 3 times. It's like, oh, it's a NaVi round, it's a FaZe round, it's a NaVi round, what is going on? And then in the end, Rain being in that position on the B bomb site as the A player, probably not really expecting to be that deep in the bomb site. No one's ready for the trade, and FaZe are back in it.
And we talk about chaos, and I think we'd be remiss if we don't mention Perfecto just for half a second.
100%.
Like, he had so many moments where he stepped up massively, and I'm not really that surprised. A player like him can make the best out of very complicated, unclear situations. Round 15 for NaVi, I believe, is an opening with the AK, the sole AK that they have, where he finds Twist on Monster as well. Beautiful clutches towards the end as well. He's by the side of Simple to close it, so, you know, props to Perfecto for this first map.
Well, we're looking at Mirage on the horizon as the second map and potentially the last destination for NaVi if they're going to be closing this in 2. It is their pick, Prof. Do you feel it likely now that NaVi are going to be stealing this one from FaZe?
I think it's obviously leaning towards them. Obviously, more pressure on FaZe to deliver after a very quiet Rob's performance on the first map. But I still think it's open. I'm not writing anyone off.
Now, we're not going to write anybody off. The question that I have for FaZe, though, is, are we going to see a Kerrigan of that quality once again? This was not, I'm not going to call it a one-off. That'd be too critical, too harmful for Kerrigan, but he was one of the main difference makers for FaZe Clan. Do you think he's going to do that as well on the B side? He's been abused over the years quite a few times.
I don't know, Matthew. You have questions. Hopefully, we'll get some answers, but not before we head to a quick break. When we're back, it's NaVi's pick of Mirage. Let's see if they can do it in 2 and push FaZe out of the Paris Major.
Do you have to divvy up your energy when you come into a tournament and think about it the same way?
If you, for example, you talked about the major in Antwerpen in Belgium. Like when we played the quarterfinal against NaVi, we were actually kind of surprised with the greeting we had from the crowd, where like, of course we were expecting them to cheer more for NaVi, but they were kind of rough against us. And we were kind of surprised because we didn't find out until the introduction with the videos of the players and stuff, you know. So when we were about to walk in, we could hear, okay, damn, they are not just cheering for NaVi, they are also against us, a lot of them. I just gather in all that kind of energy and all those kind of vibes, and I bring them to the team. So that's why when we did the entrance, it was like, you know, let me hear more. And there's also like this kind of famous photo where after I do the 1-against-2 against them on Inferno, where I think we reach map point or something, I'm like, come on, give me more. But that's not like maybe what you would always associate as a Cadian celebration, or, you know, maybe you would expect to stand up and scream and go crazy. But that game, for example, was a game where I knew it was more about just closing out on the outside environment, focusing on my team and us. I think that worked out perfectly.
We are back once again. The second map is here. Production were just asking me if I feel nervous. I do feel nervous, Jason. I feel nervous for both these teams. The odds are saying that NaVi are going to be heavily favored. It's not really surprising. They did win their opponent's map pick, but how do you feel? Do you have the same anxiety?
More nervous for FaZe at the moment, considering they're the ones backs against the wall. And I mean, the question I kind of posed to you too, right before we came live, is are you really going to expect Kerrigan to be your top fragger, your highest impact player 2 maps in a row? Because he was a big reason why FaZe was even in Overpass. A valiant effort from FaZe in the comeback on the first map. They fall short. It's Mirage next. It's map 2. It's tournament life on the line for FaZe. It's a playoff spot on the line for NaVi. A chance to qualify through to the Accor Arena at the Blast TV Paris Major. We're live into the pistol round. FaZe going to be starting on defense. NaVi attacking into them.
Yeah, they've already made up their minds. All of them are lying straight to the B bomb site. Smoke set up. NPL gonna have the one flashbang to get them into the site. And they're just jumping right down. Great movement from Electronic, and they absolutely brutalize Kerrigan. Just the whole army of NaVi coming to take the bomb site. The bomb is gonna be planted afterwards, and this retake will be almost impossible. Rain and Robs are on a sort of a slight flank. One of them coming through the hallways, one of them coming through the catwalk, but they need an excellent headshot to begin with right here. And Roki, he'll deliver on the first one. Still, they are under a lot of pressure. They don't have the fuse kit, so they need to be lightning fast to try and get to the bomb site. And they're already slowed down. MPL, hold the phone a minute. Rain able to pick that one up. Electronic answering back and still in the fight, 2 versus 2, but that bomb is already very, very far ticked, and they will survive Rain. And I think that was the kill they needed. I think now they can slow play this, and they won't even have to. Perfecto coming up with the second kill of the round for himself, and NaVi to pick up the pistol.
Yeah, but almost given up there by NaVi. Simple doesn't need to take that fight into market, and even though it's still low percentage, it gives the chance for a special shot from Rain onto NPL to actually make that happen. This is NaVi just calling a B rush, and as you mentioned, abusing Kerrigan's position, coming in, testing him early, seeing if he's going to be able to put a stop to a pistol round, and he's the only defender. Well done from Perfecto down the stretch, 1-0.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. There definitely was a moment. You're not wrong. They could have gone the other way. The lack of a defuse kit in those pistol rounds is just always so tricky to deal with. They bought a Deagle, they bought a P250, and a single smoke on Brokey. Curious with the smoke. Is it just as if they get Molotov back there? I guess. I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you get Molotov and Twist runs out, then they will never suspect the second player to be in shadow.
Yeah, that's about all I've got. I think that's a good way to break it down. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Perfecto's the only one at the A-bomb site. He's super passive. Most of this hit going to be coming from middle. Up connector and, into the stack, but it feels like that smoke is the only real trick.
Yeah, the problem is the stack works way better if they're coming in from the other side, right? Like, this kind of an attack is going to be much more open for NaVi to try and find some long-range fights. And that's exactly what they're doing. Smoke, as you said, is irrelevant when they're coming in from this side. Yeah, I still like the idea. It's kind of cool, but NaVi just finding a good path. Even walking into the stack, it made no difference. Yeah, obliterating everyone, and all 5 players survive for NaVi. Nobody goes down. Mac-10 still in the hands of NPL. Galil still on Bit and Simple. FaZe is going to buy up M4s, but missing utility, missing kits as well. First test for FaZe's defense. Into the gun rounds. Yeah, they're going to have someone to play around with here. Single Mac-10, 3 people without any helmets on. And also some Galils to play around with. But they've dropped the bomb a little bit further back. Perfecto is in the A Palace, checking that one out. Aggressive play in the middle from Karrigan, but he's not finding anyone, he's not hearing anyone either. NaVi have determined to make this a slow round. And who can blame them? Yeah, well, I mean, they know they have the utility advantage, right? They know a third round buy like this is going to be a lack of nades on the CT side. So yeah, play this one slow. Let them spend their utility. Get yourself another advantage for the late round executes. Karrigan walking forward in transition, not yet spotted. NPL's got to be careful, and he's not. Nade's going to do an okay amount of return damage, 21, but that ROPS build up. The second kill onto Bit is really painful. Timing there for Karrigan was absolutely spot on. 3 versus 5, Perfecto. He wanted to make this a late Palace sort of swing out, but now instead, if they wanted any opening, I'm actually a little bit surprised that he's throwing grenades. I feel like that's going to give up any kind of surprise. Sometimes you're better off just walking out of the Palace with no warning. They're going to know everything. They know where Simple are, they know where Perfecto is, and there should be no chance. Even for a bomb plant in this one should be unlikely. No, I mean, all NaVi can really go for in this round is damage, and with Simple getting dinked up and forced back, and Perfecto's, as you mentioned, his position given up, now they're aware of the possibility. There's not really any good opportunities for NaVi, so it just turns into a save. They sink back into safety. Good round from FaZe. A little bit of aggression everywhere. Karrigan challenging B Hulls. ROPS challenging top mid. Brokey challenging as the Molotov comes in towards window, and all 3 of them get their individual kills. The desk brought it up, and we were chatting about it a little bit in the break. You know, are you going to expect for Karrigan to step it up in back-to-back games to be leading the team? I mean, that little peek right there says maybe, yeah. I mean, this is really, really confident, right? The timing could not have been better. Obviously, what you want is for ROPS to get back to his level from the previous game that they played against
Bad News Eagles.
Against Bad News Eagles. Yeah, that one was just a stunning performance all across the board for ROPS. He was a little bit disappeared on that first opening map, and maybe that's ultimately what cost them a bit too much. ROPS was the saving player. Clutch moments at the end of yesterday's overtime game on Mirage against Bad News Eagles ended with 30 kills as well, and I mean, towards the end of it, he was just unstoppable. Yeah. Love to see that out of ROPS to bring FaZe to a 3rd map. Yeah, I think we deserve that, don't we? Anubis to decide this whole series with. Also partially just because I don't want to see any of these teams leave. So just let him play another map. One of them's going home, Anders. I know. You can't get that wish. Yeah, here's NPL applying that pressure he wanted to apply in the previous round. Give up an NA spot in the armor. A lot of people weren't happy with that one. They really were not. Which is funny, I'm not gonna lie. Well, they are crunching the middle slowly. Still a minute left, but Electronic popping up out of the underpass. Bit and Simple coming in from the other side, and Rain started to feel a little bit too much pressure in the connector. Want to fall back from that one. NPL and Karrigan are still having a bit of a standoff over in the hallway, but no kills resulting from it yet. This is interesting though. Bit getting real close. One good flash around the corner, and he might be able to do this. But no flashes are thrown, and instead, ROPS is going to be able to pick up the kill, and now he might be in a bit of trouble here. Simple, he's going to get the return. Bit surprised that Twist wasn't able to help out Robs more. I thought maybe they were going to be able to sort of combine for a little bit more. NPL's down to 6 health, and it's a 4-on-4 with 30 seconds left.
All footsteps are heard. Electronic makes his move, transfers over, good headshot onto Rain. No defender inside the A bomb site. It's all this jungle presence, and Brokey has another, but Simple's low on HP. He can't potentially trade that one back. Nade comes in, Brokey should be able to handle it, and he will. Perfecto's there with the trade, and now Twist gets involved in the action. It's the low HP NPL in a 1v2. He's got no time with which to do anything. Must stick this plant, and Kerrigan's gonna shut it down. Won't even let the bomb get planted, and it's tied up at 2.
That's kind of interesting. They definitely had the position, but I think you pointed it out. 2 of them were so low on health that making the cross, you could even see it here when they throw the bomb onto Electronic and it ultimately falls off the stairs. But they just didn't have anyone that could really commit to it. They didn't have the smokes to block off jungle either.
Yeah, no utility means they had to swing for the fight, and with that low HP just spelled their doom. So all tied up at 2, and FaZe take the money away from NaVi, take the guns out of their hands. And FaZe can try and take a breath here, stabilize with a strong round, and build some of their own economy, moving forward deeper into the half.
This is what FaZe needed, though, for a good crack at this map, to pick up the early round, like the force or the buy into the 3rd round. But we did point it out, it's hard to make that work sometimes. You don't have all the utility. They've done fine so far. 5th round here. This should be the first moment for them to relax a little bit more. Although Kerrigan is still playing it very much solo. This is interesting, right? They have that strong hold on middle, trusting in Kerrigan to hold on in case there's some sort of a rush happening. Not the best trade that we've ever seen, but doesn't really matter. They're getting the job done anyway. And Kerrigan. That's why they trust him, Jason.
Yeah, exactly what's needed all across the map for FaZe. All 5 survive. Money builds up. NaVi's going to get back to AK-47s, and Perfecto's going to pass an op over to Simple. So we'll get that in play for the first time on this map.
I'll see if that's going to make the big difference. It is Mirage.
It's good that
T side, you could do a lot.
It's good that Kerrigan's having a good game as well. Yesterday on this map, it was Kerrigan and Twist struggling a little bit on that B defense. It was really exploited by Bad News Eagles. Now, NaVi haven't applied the same kind of pressure onto that side of the map in the early stages of the half. But that was really a big lean and a big problem for FaZe early yesterday.
Yeah, it almost felt like B&E were just exploiting that.
At least for the first 5 or 6 rounds. They kind of went away from it, but they gathered a good amount of rounds early on. Rops is pushed in the corner, swings out wide. Here's the footstep, and decides to get aggressive.
It is possible to make that drop silent, but he certainly didn't, and they were well aware. That's the risk of doing it. Maybe could have snuck up and found that kill on one of the players in the corner if he had been silent, though.
How aggressive does Simple want to be with his op? He's going to try and wait for someone to take some attention away. This is turning into a little bit of a fake. NP on Electronic have to apply pressure to the B bomb site in order to alleviate some of the defense at A. Give Simple and Bit an opening.
Here we go. He's going to... Oh, feet already spotted. Now that fake is very, very questionable, right? You might have already been suspicious if you're carrying it. You're not hearing a lot of footsteps behind it. But once you see a player on the A ramp to follow it up, you're definitely going to be thinking, hold on.
And Simple's even given up the angle as well. He's fallen all the way back in Palace. And there's not a lot of time for NaVi to switch into a new plan. 34 seconds on the clock.
This actually feels awful, doesn't it?
Yeah, this one, and NaVi's beat tactically at the moment. It's going to take something spectacular individually for them to get back into the round. I think they might just save.
Might just save, yeah. 20 seconds. They're kind of moving forward. But yeah, the time has simply run down a little bit too far.
I don't even know why Electronic would take this peek. There's no way they're going for this.
He's just showing his shadow. It's right there, Rain. He's so curious about it, and he's going to go find out for sure. But yeah, this was already called off. So I kind of agree. If you already cancel out the round, why risk losing even more rifles at the end of it? It's going to be a round for FaZe, and won just by the information alone.
Yeah, that round feels great for FaZe. The fact that it happened so clean, the fact that you kind of don't even let NaVi execute a single one of their ideas. Just, again, as you mentioned, by the information, by the seeing this feed of Bit, it negates everything that NaVi wanted to do on the map. So if you're FaZe, you feel like you've got NaVi shook, you feel like you've got them in a position where it feels like none of their plans are working, none of their ideas are working, and you force a time out of them in round 7. They're first. And they can't even drop weapons over. It's Perfecto at 3,000, Electronic with 2,900. Everyone else has no cash to drop weapons to either of them. So decision to make for NaVi in this round.
Normally, Jason, seeing people lurking for feet like that makes me a bit nervous, you know? But it worked out this time.
This time it's great.
Yeah, it was the right move. 7th round. FaZe must be loving life at the moment. They've had 5 people surviving in 3 out of the 4 rounds that they've won.
And much like Overpass, this has opened up this map between these two teams. Very, very constrained, very textbook. No great risks being taken quite yet. We're not seeing NaVi swing into fights with confidence the way they were on Overpass. They're really just kind of at the moment testing the limits.
I think that really underscores the gravity of the game, right? Like it shows you that everyone understands what is on the line in terms of the history, in terms of surviving or continuing on in the tournament, qualify for the champion stage. Everything is right here. So they are trying to play the most sort of, you know, the most constrictive, the most positive game that they can at all. Just trying to make every single round the best that they can. And maybe that even results in some of those rounds we just saw, right? Where NaVi, they just can't really get through. They don't want to risk trying to get another jump down. They don't want to risk trying to flash their way into the corner. Instead, they save the weapons and try to fight back into this one. Robs going for the smoke. That seems risky, but might get rewarded. He sees the shadow and a great headshot to follow up with. Now, that's a risk. He walked right through it. If there was someone on the other side to begin with, he might have been dead. He's going to be dead anyway. Smoke up to try and hold back Simple, and he's going to check it in the middle of the smoke actually popping. Rain is on the other side, just fearless. Both of them. Does he realize he has no idea? Rain's actually maybe won this round already. 3 versus 4, sure, but he's checking everything. He's going to come back for it. The bomb is right there in the open. It's a good kill. Simple now realizes, but it's too late. Rain bringing them back into the game again. And the spray, he can't continue it. 2 versus 1. I thought he had that last one. It's on Twist now. And he knows where Bit is. No question about it. Has a smoke as well. And that'll put the pressure on. He makes the jump pass just fine. He has the kit as well, and he's going to go straight for it. Oh my God! He spins around and locates him right through the smoke. A huge clutch for Twist. A very, very close round here for NaVi as well, but that smoke made the whole difference.
Yeah, we'll give it to Rain as well. He made a difference also. This is beautiful. Stopping the plant, getting the follow-up peek from Simple. And Simple was calling it clear, but didn't seem convinced. Still checking behind him. He knew there was one close A ramp. Just a little bit confused on if potentially one of his teammates could have already killed him. That's a beautiful way for Rain to keep his team in the round, and a beautiful clutch from Twist to capitalize on that effort. 5-2.
A lot's decided here in that smoke on the A ramp. Simple walking through on one side, Rain on the other. Robs to start the round here. Will pick off Perfecto.
Oh, this defense is looking solid now as well. Winning early engagements, stalling NaVi out in a couple of rounds, forcing them into saves, taking away their plans, making all the active plays during the executes.
It is all coming together. FaZe getting just barely beat on that opening map of Overpass, which, again, it was their map pick. This one's on NaVi. 3 in the middle with NPL on that A ramp.
They haven't won a gun round yet. They win the pistol round in the second round against an eco. NaVi haven't been able to put a dent in this defense with rifles. Running out of utility here as well. There's a minute left on the clock. Smoke, flash, and Molotov is all NaVi have to work with. At a man disadvantage as well. And Brokey's even going to shore up the B defense. A's got so much attention. Kerrigan tucked into a corner. Twist towards Shadow, and Brokey and Market with an AWP.
Surely going to be a timeout coming at some point soon, right, for NaVi, just to...
Yeah, they might have to burn their second one. If they can't win here, for sure before the next gun round, you imagine that's going to be the call from Blade to take a pause in the action.
And even the bomb plant's going to be important, right? They need that extra bonus to put together a really good buy. Look at the lineup here for Kerrigan. He just mows them all down. Another round for FaZe, 6-2. And just that casual swing out, it didn't even take a lot, but they just lined up perfectly for him. And he knew what was happening. He just had it mapped out in his mind.
That's the second or third time Kerrigan's played that position, and I don't believe he played it a whole lot yesterday against Bad News Eagles. He was way more into the bomb site. They were way more kind of giving that space, that execute space over to Bad News Eagles. This time switching it up, and Kerrigan playing a completely different defensive style at the B bomb site that's caught NaVi off guard a number of times.
Yeah, it's been working out for him. He's got 7 and 3. Top of the board for the minute. But no bomb plant. Tech9s and a Deagle. They're going to try and really see if they can test Kerrigan's limits here. These tech lines are so lethal, though. This is the kind of round that can definitely work. They got Brokey still in the market. Twist over by the catwalk, and they're going to make the jump down straight into the flames. The Twist is ready and waiting for them. Counter grenades are coming out, and this defense is once again looking really, really solid. Karrigan will go down, but it will not make a difference in the end. He's the only casualty for the FaZe side, as Twist will pick up a triple, and FaZe will be at 7-2. They have locked NaVi out of this first half right now. 7 in a row. They've got an almost infinite amount of money at this point in time, and NaVi they're looking for any opening they can get. Second timeout used.
Yeah, they have to. Guns are going to come out again. Even a B-pop not giving him a whole lot of success. Just 1 kill in the round.
I'd be interested to see just a plain walkout of that A Palace with like 2 or 3 people with no flashes thrown, really. Just try to see if you can just beat the timing on that A side. Yeah. Just because it's different from what they've been trying so far.
Yeah, might see it soon. They haven't really gotten a whole lot from like kind of mid-presence. They haven't really gotten a whole lot coming up. I mean, they haven't got a whole lot anywhere on the map, really. If they continue to get battered, maybe they get that desperate to go for it.
They have the players for it, right? They definitely have the firepower to send someone in and just sort of walk out. Obviously, danger is if Brokey is holding it, then you're probably not going to have that much success with it. AKs across the board for NaVi.
Still not buried in this half yet. Still plenty of time for NaVi to claw this one back.
True.
To turn the tides, but the problem is money. Twist and Karrigan have over 10,000. Brokey's right there as well. Rops is right at 9,800. There's so much cash for FaZe, so many rounds they can buy, even if they lose a round. NaVi's got to do this in a very difficult situation.
And a different look for Karrigan. He's picked up the Orc. He's holding a very gap angle towards the B hallways. Going to be hard to see, especially if you're used to him now being up on the ledge instead.
They're going to pinch this B bomb site. Electronic in a lurk position, but they want to attack 2 up catwalk towards the B bomb site. All Twist lines him up, delays it with the smoke as well. Rops is still in ladder room. Karrigan goes 1 for 1. Twist on catwalk. Reinforcements a long way away, but the bomb is disconnected. Perfecto can't really press the issue. Good kill on the lurk from Electronic, and all of a sudden it cracks open. Plan B works, but the bomb dropped in mid.
Yeah, the fact that it's the bomb there on Simple is a bit of a nightmare. And Electronic, he's already tanked up a little bit. 30 seconds. This, I mean, it seemed like a lot of time, but it isn't. You have to find that bomb in there.
And they knew Perfecto was in B halls. They knew there was one person still applying pressure, dropping utility.
Yeah, here we go. Brokey's lined it up. Easy shot to hit on Electronic, and they'll find Perfecto as well. You are absolutely right. They definitely knew at least where one of them was coming from. FaZe, they will survive a bit of a scary round there. But the initial defense, Twist nearly getting the double, and Karrigan, even if he's only good for the 1 this time, it's still, that makes a huge difference. If he had gone down with no kills there, that would have been a nightmare. Then Twist would have had to get off, probably Robs would have had to get off that angle as well, and it would have been a very different round. 8-2, that's 8 in a row if you're keeping score at home.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing working for NaVi. Tech 9 in armor, Simple's gonna save for the AWP, just a Glock. Although actually he runs back now, he's going to buy up a Deagle and more utility. A set piece with pistols.
Look at Twist.
Can they swarm this defense?
He is all the way at the top mid, so Rain and Brokey now. Rops coming over to help on out. They should know what's coming. Molotov to try and slow it down. That'll force them to... Oh, actually, he runs right through. That's interesting, but not going to make a difference at the end of the day.
Trying to catch you off guard, willing to take the damage to get the surprise factor, and once again, nothing works. Not even close.
That is the fifth flawless round coming from FaZe in this first half.
This is domination. Rops is now at 16K before buying up utility and dropping a weapon over to his teammate.
Domination, Jason, and not the good kind for NaVi. They are in a tough position.
9 straight, excuse me, for FaZe. Excuse me again. 9-2.
What can NaVi do? I wasn't expecting this. Oh, it looks so grim for FaZe having lost their own map pick, but they're right back into it. Good shot for Simple.
2 good shots. He got Brokey down to 2 HP as well. I don't know how he's done 98 damage, but he didn't get the clean kill onto Brokey, who's very, very low. That's the first opening in a long time, and Bit's going to build upon it. Karrigan tries to get aggressive on Catwalk and is picked off.
Here we go. This looks way more reasonable. Twist and Rain. They are at the A bomb site, but they can't easily help each other out in this position. Spray is good. Rain is going to go down anyway, and Twist, there was too much to handle. NPL, good double kill. And for once, something will work out. Having lost 9 rounds in a row, NaVi are going to be able to at least pick this one up. And I think what you said earlier is so important, right? They're not buried yet. There's still a way that NaVi can string together enough rounds in this first half that it could be reasonable. Probably 2 or 3 is not going to be it, but you know, you get up to the 5 mark and maybe it's a bit different. Now, the other problem, though, is that there's so much money on FaZe that they're going to be able to buy for the rest of the half, pretty much.
Yeah, that reset, if it comes in, is only really going to impact 1 round.
Yeah.
And NaVi have no motivation to hunt down this AWP, but one way to get started in the game. Simple providing you an opening kill.
Yeah, you want to see that. By the way, Simple's only got 3 kills.
Yeah, it's not much. He's been a little quiet. I mean, everyone from NaVi. You mentioned it, what, 5 rounds that FaZe have had with nobody going down. There's just not a whole lot of production individually from NaVi as well. Tactically getting beat a couple of times, having to save players when strategies and rounds have gotten away from them. Individually getting beat a number of times. Not even a whole lot of bomb plants. Only 1 bomb plant throughout that stretch of 9 rounds that FaZe wins.
Yeah, dear God, that's it's been very one-sided. Let's put it like that. Now, there are some teams out there, Jason, that one round win can change the whole outlook of the team. I don't know if NaVi is necessarily one of them right now, but they need to springboard their way back into this one because obviously they don't want to play a 3rd map. It might be true that we want it just to watch these 2 epic teams battle it out, but for NaVi, they want to finish it right now. And surely 1 round win is going to get them feeling a little bit better. Electronic sneaking on up, AK in hand. Wants to see if he could find some pressure. He's inside of the smoke and jumps up just as it FaZe and gets the opening on Robs. Well aware that someone could be in the corner. Going to throw in a couple of nades around there. Rain is still hiding. And MPL is on the other side. Rain is really boxed in at the moment.
Yeah, but look at the way NaVi is taking advantage of this opening kill. Really pressuring into the A bomb site. Good find from Bit. Again, he's the one to find the follow-up kill. That's Kerrigan again trying to aggress, to find information, to find the follow-up play, and it's not there. NaVi's applying so much pressure without being committed. And FaZe now have to figure out what's happening on the map because NaVi is still spread and now readjusting.
They're going to go back and boost in the window, I think. Brokey's already made his way out. I don't know if they heard him running away, but either way, they're in a position where they could probably punish him. If they come up connector and swing the window at the same time, if he's still in jungle, they should be able to find him.
Well, here's another dangerous thing for NaVi at the moment. Just 1 smoke on Simple, which gives Brokey a lot of lines of sight. Now he's moved away from Ticket Booth, which could have given him an angle towards connector.
Rain is here. Easy kill on the first one. 20 seconds left. That's the other problem. Oh my God, if Simple goes down, the bomb was on his back. That could have been the end of the round, but it's not. They will fight their way back. They find Brokey as well. And a 4th round being picked up here by NaVi. That was sneakily much more scary than it seemed.
Yeah, it did feel that way as well to me.
This is insane timing for Electronic.
Back-to-back opening kills for NaVi and back-to-back conversions of the round off of it. In fact, Bit turning both of those rounds into 5-on-3s. Rain could only get the 1, but that had to be a very tough, quick shot from Simple onto Rain.
Not happy about it. Brokey still has 14,500 at the end.
I know, he's so
much
rich.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need to, he's going to drop a weapon, I guess, to maximize economy after this round, but nobody else really needs a drop.
No, they're going to be fine in that sense.
But
15,000 now.
NaVi's recovering, slowly but surely. 2 rounds in a row. 2 pretty convincing rounds as well.
Yeah, they have been looking really, really good all of a sudden.
And they haven't really changed too much in the game plan, right? It's still kind of sticking to the same sort of thing. Still not losing confidence despite the fact that it was such a harsh streak that FaZe goes on. They're still just rinsing and repeating the game plan, and it's working.
Yeah, but they had Simple in the 1 round, picking off the AWP shot in the middle, and then this round it was Electronic that opened up. So some of those mid-fights just working it out. They slow down the game after they get the 4-on-5, and they are able to find some of the weaknesses that FaZe have presented. 14th round. If NaVi can get even 1 more, this game is opened up again. For everything that FaZe did, winning 9 in a row, I mean, they're still going to be happy going out of this first half. They're still going to feel like they're right there to take the map. But there's going to be a bit of a question mark at the end of it. I think 1 or 2 more rounds here for NaVi, and it could be a real interesting game once again.
Simple towards middle with that AWP. Gonna go for a quick peek, blinded. One player jumped up. Simple's at 1 HP, and that's a very popular position for nades. So he backs off quickly from the boxes.
He is so lucky to be alive. I thought for sure they were throwing flashes. I thought one of those was going to be an HE. They only have one on Robs, and he's quite far away, so he's going to be fine for the minute. Look at the lean towards the B-bomb side. This boost is really cool for the middle, but obviously it also allows Brokey and Twist to be close if there was some sort of execute, and Karrigan is still anchoring the B-bomb side. And Rain and Robs doubling up on the ramp.
They've had a lot of success with this aggression. They've had a lot of success with these forward positions, and Bit's gonna slide into things. NPL's coming. He's got a flashbang, but they don't use it. They don't use it, and Robs has the first aggressive at A ramp. Rain has another, and once again, this defense holds strong, real strong, as NPL falls as well. That's the bomb, and that's a double digits for FaZe.
Yeah, huge setup for the two people down there on the ramp. That made all the difference. Also, you can see the potential scary moment of it if you get pinched from the palace as well. If Rain goes down, then Robs is going to be alone, and they'll know where he is, and they could have probably punished him from that one. And not waiting for the flashbang, I mean, it is always going to be a risk versus reward kind of scenario, right? Because if you throw the flashbang, you are also definitely signaling to the CT side that you're going to be showing up at the bomb site. That takes away the element of surprise. So instead, they try and go straight at them, and they get absolutely wrecked down on that ramp. Simple with 1 health from earlier. And 10-4 going to be the scoreline. Going into the 15th round. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Rain with a double, Robs with a double. And still, look at the even scoreline on FaZe. Top fragging is Rain at 11, and Karrigan is bottom fragging with 9 kills.
No, it's great. It's
quite a team performance.
Yeah, all 5 players. I mean, that speaks to the dominance that they had. Everyone delivering across the map. NaVi spent most of this half just kind of trying to find any kind of a weakness, trying to find any kind of success, and it took them a long time to get it. And they still haven't really been able to penetrate any kind of aggressive stance at A ramp. Final round of the first half.
Feels like we're playing this very sort of tightrope Counter-Strike where nobody wants to really sort of run wild with it. No one's really letting loose just yet. Maybe a chance here for Bit as he's running right for the smoke. NPL again, there's that run out of the palace that I was asking about a couple of rounds ago. They're trying to do it quick, but what a flick from Brokey. Shutting it down, that's exactly what you want to see. 4 on 5, even if Rain is a bit tagged up. Electronic is on a very, very late flank through, but if they get the bomb plant, oh, he's going to be found. Robs holding it with the second AWP down in the underpass. That is absolutely perfect. Now it's a 3 on 5, and Rain is still playing in front here. He might be low on health, but all he needs is 1 AK bullet. Find a headshot, and they might be good to go. Bit, if he got peeked there, he would have been dead. Still might be. Twist going to be able to find him in the corner, and yeah, they're just locking it down. Perfecto in a 1 versus 5 at the end of the round, and there's nothing he could do about this one. The bomb is down on the site itself, and they're going to be able to take him down. 11-4 at the first half. FaZe well on the way to a 3rd map. Let's see if they can finish what they started.
So we've actually got the interview that you did with Banks after the win at the World Final.
Oopsie. First grand final like Munacy. First tier 1 event where you grab yourself the trophy. What does this mean to you?
It means the world to me. This was the event where I won my first arena match, and then I win the trophy as well. That's pretty perfect. And well, I think it's obvious what I'm going to say next. I'm not going to stand here being crybaby because I've been crying for a week straight. But obviously, I would wish that my father could see that I actually accomplished something. I think he would be proud of me for once, and I don't know.
I think we're all very proud of you. Guys, one last time, give it up for your Blast Premier World Final 2022 champions, G2!
I think I cried. I was casting. The only thing I could think is I just kept thinking the word bittersweet. After some time now, could you break down what this moment was like?
I can say that I don't have any tattoos. And for the first time in my life, I considered getting a tattoo of a roller coaster because that was how that year felt for me. And this was obviously one of the biggest spikes of the roller coaster for sure, both up and down. It was definitely bittersweet, yeah. That's a good word to put on it.
Was it hard to enjoy the moment just for what it was. Was your mind in two places at once?
Yes, for sure. I was walking down the stairs, like after we won and we were going to the trophy, and already there I thought about my dad, and I feel lucky that I haven't lost anyone that I love before this. You just kind of get reminded that there's something bigger and more important than CS, which I kind of forgot. It was definitely not easy to enjoy.
Have ups for me.
Last side right there.
Have ups. The big one.
Maybe only choke. One more B.
Zico.
I cannot fight.
Up below.
He's balcony. I'm only
I can flash mid. I can flash mid.
No. One con.
I'm gonna
Con on balcony.
kill him, con.
Stairs. I cannot kill him.
But's here in stairs. Only one B.
Nice, one up con, right?
One down.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is up, eh?
I don't know where he
I'm
is.
searching jungle.
Other guy was up B.
Yeah.
I'm going island.
Searching stairs.
One in choked.
He can hell jungle.
Communication to win a round. It doesn't get any better than that. They called everything. They knew Simple was alone. They said it, go kill him in connector right now. They knew where the last two players were. They had such a grasp of it, and that's why they have 11 rounds. That's a master class in how to communicate for anyone who's watching. That's what you should be aiming for. 11-4 in the first half. Jason's second half is coming up, and it's an attack straight to the A bomb site. Bit is the only defender here, playing around the smoke, looking for the headshot, but he's already given up. He knows he can't stick around. There's too many bullets coming through on the other side. It should be a bomb plant here, and Robs is the late look in the middle. He is the linchpin for this round. No one's checked it. Perfecto's thinking about it, but he's not sure yet. And Robs is sneaking on in. The timing is good, and he's going to find him. And now this retake is absolute chaos for NaVi. They know that they're going to be all funneled in through the CT spawn position, and they are getting wrecked behind it as well. Bit and Electronic to try and survive, but there's no way home on this one. Carrigan will drop them, and they're a huge step closer towards getting that third map.
Yeah, that might be the knockout punch right there. A really good lurk towards middle, and NaVi just has not even felt like they've gotten into Mirage whatsoever. They still don't have a grasp on it, so both teams looking strong on their opponent's map pick. And when Perfecto goes down, that makes this such a difficult retake. Bomb planted out in the open. And FaZe just continue marching forward. Have not encountered an obstacle yet.
Yeah, that's so tough, right? You can't even split the retake. You can't put any pressure on the remaining Ts. They just know everything.
And NaVi just realized if you're going to make this comeback happen, it's got to be with guns.
Yeah.
They sit this round out, wait for the rifles to come on board. Simple with the Deagle, P250 on Electronic, and that's it. Very light investment.
I can respect that. I mean, at 13-4, it looks impossible, but I mean, it isn't, right? We know that these comebacks can happen.
Well, think of it this way, too. Like, we've heard from FaZe plenty of times. Rain gave an interview before the major even began that FaZe was kind of struggling. Communication didn't feel like it was on point. We just saw that kind of peek in, the glimpse into them in the first half. Communication seemed great. Another obstacle Rops mentioned yesterday after the series win over Bad News Eagles was playing poorly to close out maps. They seem to hit a wall these days when they get to 13, 14, 15 rounds. We saw that huge comeback from B&E yesterday on Inferno to almost take the series away from FaZe. So if you're FaZe, this does not feel comfortable yet because you know there's been issues in this aspect of the game.
And NaVi somehow getting a little bit too much in this round already. They have the Galils. I almost wonder if they want to try. They might be going for it, but these Galils are pretty valuable even in the next round, right? You could have a lot more utility than otherwise you would have been able to. NPL's going to be sneaking on through, and Robs will make sure they save none of the rifles. I don't know. I don't necessarily blame Navi. Obviously, they were going to buy anyone in the next round, so it's not that bad. But I don't know, 2 Khalils?
I think you go for it. You test the waters for sure. Again, this is an elimination game at the major or qualification game, whichever way you want to look at it.
True.
To get into the champion stage of the last major. So, yeah, you're going to go for those rounds when you feel like it's within your grasp. It was early enough in the bomb timer to see if they're going to give you something. And as you mentioned, the kind of buffer of buying in the next round regardless. So M4s and a FAMAS picked up for Navi.
No kid.
Can't afford it quite yet. Got to get started.
Makes you nervous, though, doesn't it? For the end of the round. Not yet. Twist has taken a fair bit of damage already. He's on that A ramp hanging around.
He was looking for a fight.
Yeah, he was.
He was looking to see if anyone was going to give him a peek behind the Molotov. Kerrigan calling a convincing shift to the B bomb site. 4 players in B halls, giving up map control. Navi know that mid is clear. Electronic and Con, Perfecto on catwalk, Simple in the window.
Really tight mid defense for Navi, but how long is that going to stay for? They're leaving MPL alone in a big way and with no utility, right? He has no Molotov to slow this down, and all he has is a FAMAS. I don't even know how you defend this properly. I'm going to call it out right now and say, I need some help at the moment. It's a really incredible transfer. He tracked him mid-air. That's actually really sick, and he's got to come back for a little bit more. NPL standing up to the incoming FaZe side. Brokey and Rops, 2 versus 5. I can't believe that's a successful defense. That should have never happened. 1 versus 3 now, Rops. We've been missing him for a little bit. He's certainly showed up for this map. But a 1 versus 3 right now could absolutely change the course of history for FaZe.
He tried to fake the drop with that shot and that little jump, but Perfecto is going to be just jiggle peeking enough to say, nope, he's not out quite yet. Damage is huge in this round. If Rops, even in a loss, can get 1 or 2 more kills, keep this money low, that's a victory of sorts. Now comes the real drop, and Perfecto handles business. But give all credit over to NPL. As you mentioned, no utility in a weaker weapon, and he still finds 3 kills during the chaos of the execute. 13-5 as Navi begin their bid to come back on the scoreboard, down by 8.
It's an unbelievably hard round to win if you're MPL. Didn't even reload after the first go. At 10 bullets left for the second kill that he got there. So well played.
And helped out by Perfecto challenging around the edge of the smoke as well.
Yeah.
To alleviate some of that pressure with 1 frag of his own. FaZe relegated back to upgraded pistols.
Oh, this could get interesting. If they Molotov bid, they actually could put some real pressure on this bomb site. They have smokes. They have a lot here to work with. They just need that first grenade to get rid of Bit, and then maybe they could get the bomb plant behind it. Let's see. A little bit of a grenade coming out. No Molotov to his position, so Bit's going to be able to stand and fight. He'll get only the 1 kill. Twist still with a pretty good return, and the bomb a little bit slowed down. Rops is trying to put the pressure on and clear as far into the bomb site as he possibly can. Gonna get flashed, but not really wanted to go through. Thought maybe he would try and put some pressure on. Deep flash now inside of the smoke as it fades, and Rops, he's rewarded for the kill. Rain takes a headshot, and this is falling apart. The defense crumbling a little bit at the A-bomb site. Perfecto double peaked, and Brokey's Deagle will sing, taking down Perfecto. Simple now in a 1 versus 3. How did it come to this? Oh, flashbang. He's going to have to turn around for it as well. We'll get the 1 kill, and they're both at the CT spawn position. He has the kit, and he has got a smoke as well, but this feels so risky. Do you want to try and go for this one? Yeah, he's going to risk it all for it. Underhands the smoke, taps it once. They're going to be coming around. They have to check it. There's a good spray. Rops on the other side, and this time he's got no time left. Simple. He tries it once more, and even if he wins the fight now, he can't win the round. Just unable to find them inside. It's a great attempt for Simple. 3 kills in that round, but he needed a couple of more seconds.
Even without the Molotov, Bit can only go 1 for 1. He definitely wanted more production there, but the execute comes in at the worst time. Everything goes wrong for Navi. They just shifted away from this A bomb site to concentrate towards middle. Bit was alone. NPL doesn't have the smoke timing for CT spawn, gets caught with nade in hand, and boy does Rain deliver a good headshot as Electronic comes through the smoke.
Oh.
Add that Deagle for good measure. What a great win from FaZe. 14-5, and now you're certainly deflated if you're Navi.
Yeah, that was your comeback moment. That's what you needed to win it. And now it's very, very hard to imagine a road back. 14-5. That deep position, the fact that they kept pushing that CT spawn, never allowed Navi any kind of room to set up a retake with, absolutely important. Simple's pushed up real far in the palace. You get a chance to see what's going on. Doesn't feel anything over there. Middle, though. How do you hold this with what you got on the CT side? not that much to play around with.
No, not at all. And again, only NPL at this B bomb site. He's going to be alone with the 5-7, and this time I don't think he's going to be delivering a double kill. Pinch from Catwalk as well. Flashbang's going to do absolutely nothing. Brokey's already got the angle, and this is going to be FaZe on 15, and they have plenty of chances to close this one out. Even with all the issues they've discussed, 10 should be more than enough to just add one final round to bring us to Anubis.
Yeah, a lot more killer instinct in this phase than what we've seen throughout the tournament so far. 15-5, good call to just... They smoke off connector, they smoke off the window, they even smoke off the ladder room, and then they just make a beeline to the bomb site. They're just running straight in there from the catwalk, no slowing it down. Very, very decisive call coming out of the FaZe camp. 15-5. This obviously is very, very one-sided. Nothing like what we saw in Overpass, a lot more back and forth, but FaZe starting the first half, well, they lost 2, but then they won 9 in a row. And then they won the last 2 rounds just for good measure.
Yeah.
This has been...
I don't really have any more words to describe it. This has been FaZe, and this map just is fully prepared. This has been an excellent showing for FaZe.
It really has been. We should be thankful because Anubis is the third and deciding map. That, I imagine, is going to be quite the brawl. I mean, that's a map that forces you to take a lot more risks, especially on the CT side. So wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a little bit more hectic on that side.
And I mean, for a map that's still not yet figured out widely across the professional scene,
yeah.
If you have any tricks that you've been holding on to,
saving packs for the major.
Now's the time. Anything you discovered, any new way of taking fights, you don't hold back in the next map.
That's a good point.
Pressuring the A bomb site. Potentially the final thrust in this map. Good trade from Twist, good kill from Brokey. And the defense again is forced back behind utility. No defense at the bomb site itself. Perfecto huddles up blind. Simple around the edge of the smoke.
Oh, he's going to find one with the FAMAS. That's all they have as well. The spray is real long, and Symbol's going to be able to clean it up after Perfecto nearly got the kill. 2 versus 3 now. And the pressure is back on again. No defuse kit, but they're hit pretty quickly. They're going to put up a smoke towards the ramp. They have another 2 smokes to really cover that bomb with. But how did they get onto the site?
Rops is itching for a fight up in Palace.
He is, but why are they so slow, NaVi? This is actually pretty risky right now. There it is. You said he was itching for it. He's going to get his wish. Perfecto, not quite getting the jump. They know that there's someone back there. Brokey and Robs to clean it out. 16-5. FaZe, they live for another map. They managed to complete it all the way through. What an absolutely stunning performance.
Statement. They won in every single aspect of the game. Clutches, mid-rounds, tactically, individually, they looked peerless. And Simple, maybe a little bit frustrated, having some quick words right at the end of the map. We're going to Anubis. We're going to a third. One team goes home. One team goes to the playoffs. We're going to find out who after the break.
Leaving with the last major title.
Everything can go wrong quickly. If we lose this game, everybody's going home.
This is your one last chance.
There's no question. This is the culmination of everything that we've been doing for the last 10 years.
In Aramite, it's even more crazy. You need to get ready for everything. I wake up every morning to win. I work to win, and I live to win. It would mean everything to me. I'm fucking ready.
rules are meant to be broken. Forget everything you thought you knew. This is where everything changes. New histories will be written. A major future redefined. The time has come for a major evolution.
NaVi stumble, fumble, and flop as FaZe rise back up to the top. A T side which was just completely muted by FaZe, leaving NaVi no room to breathe coming into that second half. Almost couldn't have been two more opposing sides, Prof, when we look at the server in this one.
Yeah, for sure. We have the Firecracker first map and then the second map, kind of a snooze fest. Honestly, there is nothing happening. NaVi could not get anything done in their defaults. Kerrigan, from the start, kind of pushed the tempo, picked up NPL in the first buy round and kind of set the stage for a very strong CT side for FaZe.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what happened with NaVi, right? It's their map pick. They're coming into Mirage on the T side. Must have had an idea on how to approach this game, but they made, for me, two great mistakes. The first one is they allowed Rain a couple times to pick them up in the A ramp, and when they finally got access to the A side, there was a lack of utility that kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah.
How many times did we see Brokey punishing people crossing from ramp to A side, or who is it be? Robs would be, Twist would be here. So many kills from jungle.
I feel like if we had a heat map of that first half, it would be like 50% of the kills were from that jungle positions on people crossing the A side just freely. Maybe one kill goes the NaVi way and it's instant trade. As you said, even Rain was playing in the connector area quite a bit. Just I don't know if he was aware that they wanted to kind of explode onto the bomb side. He played passive and they just frag them out consistently.
Got some great Brokey highlights to be wrapping this one up with, of course, kind of continuing on the trajectory that we want.
Here's another jungle kill.
I feel like we're going to be focusing
another
a lot
jungle
on the A
kill.
side.
We didn't lie to you.
There's another jungle kill.
There's so many jungle kills we're going to see in this package.
Here's another one.
In another one.
DJ Khaled one time.
DJ Khaled all over the place now.
Yeah.
This is the round I just put all of the questions to bed immediately and then closing in, right? I mean, listen, Brokey played a great game. I think the entirety of the FaZe clan played a great CT side. Even Kerrigan, which by the numbers was at the bottom with 9 kills on the CT half. Whenever he got tested on B, I think he had 2 times multi-kill, at least 3 kills on occasion, second double kill on the other one.
Yeah, we're talk a lot about like game planning, trying to exploit the weakest fraggers on the CT side, trying to find like, okay, most of the time now it's going to be B, and we see a lot of teams trying to go for like B explodes or executes, but NaVi never managed to like establish that fear into FaZe that they need to over-rotate. And even when they were hitting the B bomb site, there were 3 people there. Brokey was already on the bomb site.
Yeah, I think FaZe did an extremely good job at keeping track of where the lurks would be for NaVi. And when you play them, it is one of the issues that sometimes teams have against them, is that you think the round is going to end up on B, but then Electronic is lurking into connector, and then he's calling you back, and that works. But it wasn't always the case. I think FaZe did an extremely good job at keeping track of that.
Yeah, let's continue to focus a bit on the issues that we saw kind of being deployed on the A side of things. This is round number 15, and you feel like by this point in the game, they should have been able to crack through whatever defense that FaZe was bolstering.
Yeah, they were once again in a pretty good position. You can see the timing they hit. There was a rotation coming in at the time of the pop. Once again, free kill from jungle. Why is there no smoke? That's a great question. And then Bit here, it's been completely put out of position. That's just
Look at those jungle frags.
I'm not even making this up. It looks too easy at the time. They hit a great timing when they popped out of ARAM. You could have just taken account of your situation, put down a couple smokes, and then progress. But I feel like NaVi struggled to find that sweet balance between pace and not being sometimes just a little bit too rushed and reckless.
Jungle is massive, undoubtedly.
Jungle is dangerous.
We come into the second half as well, and we're thinking maybe, you know, NaVi, they're going to be bolstering something. We see them win 1 round, and then FaZe immediately answer back with round number 19, Matthew.
You want to take that one? You want to take us to round 19?
we can see it. I mean, yeah, they needed this one definitely to hopefully get Simple going. He wasn't really performing, and here see Bit playing very committed into the bomb site. Not something Rain was doing in the first half, for example. He's traded instantly. NPL well here, falling very inexperienced.
That's a
Like
mistake.
this is kind of a, you can't even allow this to happen in a puck. There's a smoke, you have to be aware of a player being in the smoke, fading it, and he dies, and then everything falls apart.
Yeah, because what we have to realize, the scoreline is 13-5 at that moment, right? NaVi just had won a round. They were in a position where technically they could come back. NPL had a great hold on the B side prior to that. You're thinking this is the moment where we actually have a game starting. That is it. NaVi will stop the rush. They're going to have money. Simple will put his hand on an AWP. But yeah, there's two massive mistakes. Bit is completely committed with no help of a teammate whatsoever. There's no crossfire at all. That in itself can't explain it to myself. And the next gun round, it does exactly the same thing. He commits from CT spawn, dies, and then Electronic is not in a position to trade him. So we saw rather some images where there were some words exchanged on NaVi camp at the end. I'm thinking maybe that could have been a topic.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like there was something going on between like Simple and Bit, some stern words exchanged. We know it's not something we never see from NaVi.
Not going to overplay
You
it.
know, especially in the older days. I don't think that means like, oh, instantly they're going to lose the third map. They need to get it out of the system. Maybe we see a bounce back on Anubis.
And it's kind of mad because when you look at the scoreboard just for the NaVi side of things, literally nobody's showing up, right? Of course, we can play the record of, oh, Simple, he should be showing that star power, but there was mistakes from literally everybody across the board.
Yeah, I mean, he simply did not get into positions to make a difference. There's that one round where there's a flank and he's in the side, Rain outplays him in ramp around the smoke, and he doesn't get the trade there on his teammate. That's like a mistake that I can see in my head, like, oh, maybe Simple should have done better there. But other than that, there's simply no chance for him to establish himself, especially you want to see that on the CT side.
Just a few quick notes on Anubis. That will be the third map coming up in this series. Gentlemen, what do we know? What do we want to know coming into this map?
We don't know much.
What do we know?
We would like to know more, but we don't. Like, I'm looking at the win record. Like, NaVi has a 66%. They played it 3 times. Their wins against Spirit, I don't know how much we can think about that. Heroic, who don't play the map. That's one of their wins. And then they lost to Monty yesterday. On the other side, FaZe lost twice to Vitality, who potentially is the best team on this map. So I'm kind of leaning towards FaZe, even though their numbers are worse.
Well, FaZe do equalize the series, and it all comes down to the deciding ground of Anubis. Do or die, fight or flight, quite literally, it comes down to this between FaZe and NaVi.
Okay, so I have 5 rounds, and if I nail someone in the first shot, I'm gonna walk out the door. Flusher is the first guy I'm gonna get. No, it was not Flusher.
Let's start with Simple as the first guess. Let's try.
Okay, let's type Monacy, okay? Let's start with him. I heard he's a really good player.
Okay.
So he's from Europe.
And he's young, it seems like. Let's try.
I'm gonna go further down south. I'm going to say Kenny S, because I'm gonna try and see if I can hit an Arbor.
I guess I can go for Saibu, since that fits.
So he's from G2 and it's an Arbor, so I'm kind of close. G2 and he's an Arbor.
He played the last 2 majors. Monacy, alright? I just have to go for Manesi here, I think.
But Manesi is Russian. Wait, what?
Well done.
What? Is Russia part of Europe?
Wow, I'm actually insane. I told you before that I'm a really good player.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to this. The odds are almost even, slightly favoring FaZe. We're on the third and final map. It's Anubis between FaZe and NaVi. Someone's going to be qualifying for the champion stage, and someone is going to get knocked out and have their last run at the last CSGO major ended way sooner than they wanted.
And there's some poetic beauty, and the newest map in the pool decides the fate of some of the most historic players we've had in CSGO. This is the thing about this series so far. We mentioned it a couple of times. Both teams really playing constrained, playing within their limits, playing within the textbook. And because they haven't challenged their own limits, we haven't seen them challenge their opponent's limits either. So let's see it break out on Anubis. Let's see both these teams come in with the tricks. This is where you want Simple, the GOAT, to show what kind of status he can have, what kind of an impact he can have, carry his team into the playoffs. For FaZe, look at the deepness of this roster. Kerrigan leading the way, but incredibly talented players in Rops, Twist, Brokey, and Rain to power them forward. Let's bring it all to bear. And FaZe is going to be attacking into NaVi's defense.
There's nobody at that B bomb site. NPL is just a scout. You might as well have some binoculars back here, just looking to see what's happening inside of that site. He's going to be able to call it out and say, yes, they're going to be here to plant the bomb. Maybe, if he's real lucky, he can get a headshot on someone crossing over, but not even that's going to happen. Clean bomb plant coming through. How do you retake this? They've got 2 sets of dualies. They've got a 1 flashbang on Electronic. Simple is sneaking around their back. He's trying to see if he could open this up, but Kerrigan, all the timing, he comes back for it. If he'd have stuck it, maybe he would have won that fight, but Simple instead will take him down.
Do you expect twists?
Maybe not. Oh, he will check it, and Twist, it doesn't even matter. Lightning fast reactions going to be taken down. Simple. Brokey spinning around. Actually, Rain doing a little bit of work as well. And they're holding this bomb site just fine. No chance for Perfecto. Brokey with the triple. And FaZe, they find an empty bomb site, and they don't give up that advantage.
Yeah, Brokey and Rain do such good work over towards Glyph along that wall, just punishing everyone coming in. Such a difficult spot to clear out, and the 5-man retake does not pan out for NaVi. Maybe if Twist isn't there. Maybe if Simple is allowed a glimpse into the bomb site from B main, but it's not to be, and a complete shutdown.
I've never seen anyone try to play retake that hard on the B bomb side. You've got to wonder, I mean, the plan probably was for that flank from Simple to really work out, right? If that happens, then it's a different matter. We're never going to know. 2 MAC-10s, 3 AKs, and a buy into the round here for NaVi. They've invested everything into it. Try and see if they can put some pressure on once again. Outside of the B bomb side, it's a bit of a classic on this particular map. And actually, NPL, in spite of all of the pressure being on him, he at least gets the 1 kill. They're going to be finding him right away. So that'll cool things down just a tiny bit.
Yeah, Simple's got to back off with the FAMAS as well. The only rifle they have to work with, so him and Perfecto got to decide where they want to shift on the map. FaZe is rotating elsewhere. Rops is already challenging in the A-holes. Calling his teammates over with the space that he maintains. NaVi looking towards middle means they're out of position.
Yeah, they probably feel a pressure to try and do this, right? Because of the lack of weapons and the lack of utility. Like, we have to be active to look for a fight somewhere. But out of position, indeed. They're real far away from the action. Twist, just an easy shot onto Electronic. Might not realize the bit is going to be there, but he's going to stay vigilant nonetheless. Ooh, did he spot him out? I feel like he did. Yeah, he definitely has. And ooh, he's on point. That's actually horrifying news for NaVi. Twist is a mechanical god. You don't want to have him light up here on the 3rd map.
Yeah, that's the really scary part, is like despite the fact this is a 1-on-1 series, NaVi with a close win on Overpass, FaZe just dominating on Mirage. We haven't seen any of like the individuals from FaZe light up the scoreboard. It's been very spread. Everyone just performing well. That's how they won on Mirage. And if you get one of those explosions out of a Twist, out of a Rops, out of a Brokey, that could be the deciding factor in this last map.
It's just a personal thing for me as well, because some of the games that we've seen out of FaZe so far where they've really been sort of coming back into it. I mean, in the game against B&E, it was Rops and Brokey that were sort of the main engines of it. For me personally, Twist is one of the most satisfying players to watch. And when he's having one of those games, it's just so ridiculous. Like, he is such a crisp player. So, you know, hope for me there that we get to see him show up in the server today, because that would really be something.
Yeah, a couple nice shots early, perhaps providing some confidence that we'll get that. NaVi forcing up in the 2nd round means here in the 3rd, they'll just have to concede. The MAC-10 is going to be on NPL. That was saved. Deagle on Simple and Perfecto, who still have armor.
Three people will be early. Electronic and Bit practically both holding the middle. Which again leaves no real defense to the A-bomb side, but it's a you have to take a risk somewhere in this round, so I don't really blame them for it. I wouldn't blame them if they started going a little bit aggressive and looking for some kills as well. There's a good flashbang, setting it up for Twist to get run down from the MAC-10.
Yeah, good rebuttal, good equalizing kill, but still a long way to go. Electronic is going to get creative, flashbang through the smoke. Doesn't blind Kerrigan as much as he'd like, and the damage done by Bits P250 causes him to burn in his own Molotov. But Rops has, again, already cleared the A bomb site, pushing forward all the way towards Beach. And Bits in a recovery situation, but he has no idea about this Rops position.
Yeah, he's so far pushed forward.
They're saving the AKs. They have 2 AKs. Yeah, there's no reason to go for this, so save these weapons.
That's pretty sick. That's actually a lot to get away with.
Yeah, that's quite nice off Kerrigan and Twist being able to upgrade.
Especially because since you forced in the second round, even the upcoming rifle buy is not going to be that cool. There probably would have been at least 1 or 2 FAMAS in there.
It'll be pretty good now with the utility provided by these save weapons. Good shot from Twist. Kerrigan can only get the 1.
It's all good at the end of the day. Yeah, still another round for FaZe. They're up 3-0 to start the third map with. But yeah, the rifles here carried on over. That's, no one will call it a slip up for FaZe, but that is giving away a lot over to NaVi. That could come back to haunt them in the next round.
Let's find out. Surely going to power up some extra nades on the NaVi side, some extra kits as well that they otherwise wouldn't have had. Simple's going to have the AWP dropped over to him as well by virtue of the saved weapons.
Yeah, and I think also partly because MPL got the kill with the MAC-10.
And Perfecto also keeping the MAC-10.
Okay.
So not even investing there. So actually, there's 3 players on NaVi that have a good amount of money after this, and that gives them some flexibility and some options depending on what situation they get into at the end of round 4. First gun round for NaVi.
And you surely want to see NaVi come out swinging in this one because they just disappeared. They were disappeared on the second map off of Mirage. You want to see a little bit of a better start for them here to make it a competitive map early on. They're on the CT side, which generally can be quite hard on this map. It's one of the most T-sided, probably the most T-sided map that we have in the pool right now. So it can be very tricky to play. Nice little stoppage of Rops trying to get into the A-bomb site. And that actually will push FaZe a little bit back.
That's a very narrow gap to land that headshot. Well done from Bit. Equalizing kill. Molotov extinguished. Rain wants to challenge the smoke. Looking like they want to pinch, but the MAC-10 comes out on top, and Brokey's got the bomb. Good shot with the AWP, but he has no idea about NPL. Doubled up in dark.
Oh, no.
And all the advantage over to NaVi. Simple's in position with the AWP as well.
The fact that the bomb is dropped in here, how do you recover this round? Yeah, probably won't. Simple's going to find Kerrigan through the smoke. It's all on Twist, and he's going to be discovered as well. Good couple of shots coming out from Simple, and NaVi have their first round. And you mentioned it earlier, the fact that they had already saved a fair bit of money, they're actually going to be off to such a great start right now. Scoreline might say 3-1, but in terms of the money, NaVi are feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, this is a good round. I mean, for Simple as well. 2 kills with the AWP, but more than just the frags, just his assertiveness and his mobility around the bomb site during the execute as well, making his presence known. And Simple this time is going to take the AWP over to the A bomb site.
So much riding on these early rounds, I think especially for the CT side. Once you run out of economy there, you're going to be forced to take even more risks than you already have to. Bit and Simple are going to be moving forward behind the Molotov. There's a classic position on this map. You're playing anti-flash into the corner, and you've got either a sniper or a rifle behind you. Actually, Bit's going to be walking away. That's a bit curious. Put some pressure on Simple now. They're coming for him. He gets the 1 shot through, and the smoke goes down in front, so they will be able to slow down this attack. But that was almost about to go wrong. You couldn't tell. Not a lot had to fail. If they miss even 1 kill there, I think they just power on through FaZe, and they're going to be at the bomb site. Rops and Brokey now instead going to be just slowly walking back from that battle.
That's a great reposition from Simple with his AWP over to the A-bomb site. That's two rounds in a row where they'd seen Rops really kind of just lurk into A-bomb site all on his own and challenge. And so Simple's just saying, okay, if he wants to come here alone and see if he can provide an extra factor on the extremity, I can shut him down with the AWP, and we'll put an end to that real quick. And he gets a full set piece, a full execute to find himself a kill. FaZe just trying to pick up the pieces, 2v5.
It's one of those rounds, I feel like, where if even 1 kill goes the other way, it could have a completely different outcome, right? At least they power through, and if they win the fight against Bit and Simple, maybe that'll get him a bomb plant too. Rops and Brokey, what do you do here? Brokey's walked onto the site, but NPL, oh no. looked like he had the timing for it. Going to come back a second time. He hasn't seen him yet. This is a bit sketchy now. almost comedy at this point in time. Going to get caught with a knife in hand, but it will not make a difference. Time is up for this one. The bomb is right there, but they just can't get the plant home. So only one casualty in NPL, and a second round for NaVi.
Yeah, all good. Maybe if they'd found NPL earlier on that lurk, but even when the bomb goes down, there's only 5 seconds remaining. Would have been tough either way. NaVi coming back in this one early, not getting buried into a hole like Mirage. Brokey should have the only rifle in the round for FaZe. They're out of money. Everyone huddled around $2,000.
Again, this very sort of tightrope start to the match. We can tell nobody is trying too much craziness at the beginning here.
I think we're going to get some of that craziness, though. When you consider now the money building on Simple, he's at 7,300 in the bank, so he's going to have an op in the next round, so you got some chances for him to flex. This is awkward, just a Glock running in. It would have been nice if that was any other weapon.
Yeah. It's like, guys, I'm in this great position, but...
But that could be information that Kerrigan uses in the future. There's a round where he caught the defense snoozing, and yeah, it's with a Glock, but maybe you want to try and exploit that in the future. You had Twist find you an opening kill at this bomb site as well with an AK-47. Now the rifle's been spotted. This defense knows it's going to be under pressure. The jiggle timings haven't really been there, and this is tough. What a pair of entrances from Rain. Electronic's going to help get one, and that's the bomb that was attempted to be planted, so he slows things down and adds another into his tally.
Yeah, but that's still surely unacceptable for that B defense. They should have been able to hold that back a little bit more. Electronic and Simple kind of saving the round here, and obviously Perfecto getting a double kill of his own, but man.
The shock of Kerrigan might have actually caused a little bit of chaos and a little bit of discomfort for that B defense, but yeah, they really get caught off guard by a moment. Good job for the Tech 9 from Rain being mobile, using that pillar to his advantage. NPL even mistimes the jiggle peaks.
Imagine if Electronic doesn't show up, if the bomb actually gets planted there. That could have been even more of a nightmare. 3-3, we are all tied up. And the money is still looking really good for NaVi. FaZe, on the other hand, they had to put everything into this round. And they've done so. Deagle on Brokey. Not ideal, but probably can pick up an AK from a fallen teammate at one point.
Yeah, Simple in middle with the op now being mobile. Couple different looks. We've seen him at dark, we've seen him at B, we've seen him at A, and now we've seen him in mid. Trying to obscure the position of where that's going to be placed.
Smoke to try and force the issue. He'd love somebody to peek it. Flashed on through, but Electronic was playing anti-flash the whole time. He was just stuck looking into the corner, and that's the bomb down in front, Jason. What an absolute nightmare for FaZe.
Yeah, I don't think they really have the HP to stick around and defend it, although Electronic is just holding his nerve at the double doors. Simple's going to back off. He's brought low, and yeah, if you're FaZe at the moment, you have no access to that bomb. You've got to try elsewhere to find a pick to shift some of the defense, and this might just turn into a save for FaZe. They've got no nades. 2 AKs, neither can be recovered for Brokey's Deagle.
Speaking of a lack of nades, think about how often the position that Electronic and Simple were holding is Molotoved out. That's one of the classic ways to take that part of the map right now. And they just did not have it. Boost up, sure, they're going to get a kill, but feels like it's too little too late. 40 seconds on the round, and Brokey and Rob's both in the middle, and definitely NaVi no. Drop down,
Ooh,
okay.
Hello.
That's action-packed and actually almost baits another peek into it. That could have been dangerous. Would have turned it into a 2 versus 2. 25 seconds, and Brokey's managed to wrap all the way around. Rob's practically dead already, and there comes the fight out. Now it's just Brokey, 1 versus 2 with about 15 seconds, and he's going to be found at the end. That did get a bit more dicey than I was expecting.
Yeah, a good number of kills found by FaZe at the end just to limit some money, but it's still very strong for NaVi, so no alarm bells quite yet. Good job on it for Electronic, turning immediately. Oh, that's such a quick headshot. That takes a little bit longer. If that's labored, maybe he gets traded and maybe it's a different round, but completely demolished is FaZe's attempt at mid. And this is a couple times now Simple's been able to put his op in the right position. He's been the point man on some of these attacks from FaZe.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Just keep it alive, keep it going. Back with the scouts and deagles in this round for FaZe, but honestly, 4 rounds on the CT side of Anubis is it's already a very, very good start for NaVi. They're taking some big steps towards qualifying for the champion stage right now. Nice flash to take down Twist. He was hiding, trying to avoid that.
I mean, the reason I'm emphasizing Simple's mobility as well is just the fact that you can't ever assume or guess where that op is going to be. It's one of the hardest parts about playing against NaVi and against Simple is game planning how you want to go against that op and how you're going to neutralize it, because he's willing to fight at so many different positions on the map. Good lurk from Kerrigan. is going to pull Electronic's attention away from A main. Simple sliding over as well, but this is a bomb plant and a retake scenario for NaVi.
Oh, they're swinging out wide against the Electronic, not really that scared. Though maybe he should be. Karrigan hitting another good Deagle headshot. There comes the scout Roki, and we're back into a 2-on-2 somehow.
Flank.
FaZe have found a way through. You're right, the flank should at least make it a 1 versus 2. And Karrigan down here, how many more Deagle shots do you have left in you? One mistake here and you're going to be dead. You're going to have one chance every time. And that might have been it. They know exactly where he is, down to the floor of the bomb site. Perfecto's going to be able to find him. It's an expensive round, and you know what, for FaZe, it's not too bad. A bomb plant and 3 kills, but you would have loved to have stolen this round away, because NaVi at 5, I'm already worried for FaZe.
Yeah, chipping away at the economy. But it was so strong off the back of those 2 saved AK-47s in round 3 that it's not doing nearly as much damage as FaZe would like. Good kills from Electronic, who really recovers this situation. If he doesn't get those, they're in trouble. Timeout called from FaZe on the T side. We've seen this map start out extremely T-sided.
Yeah.
And it's kind of closed the gap a little bit. Teams have gotten a bit more comfortable on defense. Teams have gotten a few more ideas and plans for the CT side, understood the rotations a little bit better, so that gap has closed.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that some of the most successful CT sides, at least I've seen on Anubis in the past month or so, they've been around some more aggression, right? And NaVi have tried it. They've tried to flash their way out of the B bomb side, but I feel like right now NaVi are winning on just getting the early defensive kills, right?
Yeah, well, they've shut down any. The FaZe haven't really been able to execute anything because the initial thrust is just getting destroyed by NaVi. And there's only been that was the only bomb plan in this 5-round stretch that NaVi's on right now.
And that's interesting. Oh, here we go. Aggressive push from Bit and Simple. How much further does he want to go? He's certainly thinking about it. There's a little bit of a swing, but Rain was more than ready. AK on the other side, and he will destroy him.
Yeah, but Simple slid into the position for a deep angle. Rain's in danger, doesn't know it yet. Flashbang gonna come in. Now Simple's in trouble, turns from it, and disappears behind the smoke as well.
Yeah, that was a real danger, right? You could have made a mistake there on the T side. You could have thought, okay, that was the attempt. Let's just try and see what we can set up. Okay, 4-on-5. One of the better chances here for FaZe to try and announce themselves and get a little bit back into the swing of things. Rain, Molotov, gonna put some pressure on, but Perfecto just trying to push in front of it. And again, it's a double setup just like last time.
Yeah, but
previously it was Roki that got caught.
I don't think Karrigan's gonna be afraid to press the issue at this bomb site. Remember, you kind of you have the indication that Simple is over at the other side of the map, and there's that lurk from Rops. And FaZe this time have picked NaVi apart enough to activate those lurks on the extremities, and Electronic in a 1v4 goes down.
They got pulled apart in this round.
They really did.
You're right, Robs with the flank, but then even MPL trying to get back was caught by Karrigan on the other side. They were just getting sort of drenched apart.
And that's the first like real piece of aggression we've seen from NaVi that gets punished and then exploited.
I'm starting to feel like surely FaZe will have called out by now, saying in that dark connector towards the B-bomb site, there's very often 2 people there. Like you have to be at least aware in the back of your mind that that double setup is something that NaVi like to do.
Yeah, that's happened twice now. For sure that'll be a talking point. Simple towards B. And they're flirting with the entrance. NPL jiggling close, Simple with an angle. But that can set up for some mid-round aggression if they want to go for a peek. It's Twist to defend against that.
Okay, I actually thought they were going to go aggressive at the B-bomb site with that 3-man setup, but they decide not to. Going to be pulling Perfecto back towards the middle of the map instead. And Bit is there. They have a 3-man setup and nobody at the A-bomb site. They're just saying, let's at least get a kill in middle, and then we can try and retake B.
You can react quickly if any kind of A control comes out, right?
Yeah.
You can turn directly into that connector and get involved. Molotovs towards middle. Double Molotov setup to create some space, and it's doing it well. Karrigan's going to get close with Twist, trying to split in towards A, but this is where the defense is stacked up. Karrigan goes down. Oh, there goes Twist as well. Rops, Rain, and Brokey, it all falls on their shoulders.
So worth it for NaVi to give up the A-bomb site to get those 2 kills. There's no longer going to be a split happening at the A-bomb side. They're just defending it so well right now. Brokey going to get 1 more kill, but running through the smoke with the bomb on his back, and it's going to be down on the ground. Rops, no chance on this one. Electronic and Bit, a double kill on each of them, and NaVi are right back to their winning ways, 6-4 in their favor.
Yeah, eliminate the mid portion of the attack and then give the A portion absolutely no space to work with. So quick, Kerrigan never had a chance. Bid is on point, and an off angle from the SMG close up. Reigns trying to push forward to create that space, to give the opportunity to get the bomb planted, but good aggressive rotation and a 2-round lead for NaVi.
That's what a read, right? Because you don't really know if they're going to be splitting the A bomb side. They could just all 5 be coming through the main entrance. That does happen on this map. But the foresight to see it coming and then knocking out an entire prong of that attack, making all the difference in the world. Simple going to be falling back, making quite a bit of noise, but nobody peeks behind it. As you can see, MPL was at the corner ready in case someone was going to swing after hearing the footsteps. And actually, you mentioned it earlier, Kerrigan saw the weakness and he's going to try and exploit it, but this time, not with a Glock, but with the AK instead. A takedown Perfecto. NPL hiding. Oh, even flashed. Good for the double. Finally shot in the back, but it's still a 2-on-2.
They know Simple's here, though. They know he's inside the smoke. They know he appeared earlier. He has got 1 kill, and they're spamming for him, and they're going to find him, surely. Surely Brokey finds him, and yeah, there's no way to read that. Bid's coming in from dark. His presence is known, but he wants to be aggressive.
Molotov doesn't really bounce into the corner like he wanted to. That would have been really sick if he could have landed it in there. They're both stuck. Plenty of time, and a little bit of a jiggle. Brokey, ice cold on that AWP. A triple kill for him and FaZe. They pick up 1 more round, and you know what? Now the economy on NaVi is really getting shook. They have started to run out of money slowly but surely.
And this time, Simple just worked himself out of options, right? Tucked into that corner behind the smoke. Once NPL goes down, he's got no way to escape. No one else to take attention away from him. Even the rotation coming in to try and help him out of a tough scenario. I believe Electronic, as Brokey takes him down, that was the deciding kill that made sure Simple could do nothing. No space, no room to work with.
Brokey is 12-6 after this round.
And FaZe have done just enough. Those few rounds earlier where they were able to get 3 kills, grind down that economy, wasn't looking the best, but now you add the 2 wins onto it, and NaVi's out of money.
Yeah, they bought 1 M4 and MPL. They're saying, you know what, he had a bit of a bank. I think it's 6,000 at the start of it.
6,500, yeah.
They want to try and have
Actually,
1 ticket.
Hold the phone.
Oh.
They're buying up entirely. Simple buys up as well. He was at 4K, so 2 M4s, 2 SMGs, and a FAMAS on Electronic. Light on utility.
That's
no kits.
Interesting.
This is a very aggressive buy at this stage of the half.
That's one of those things where I'm wondering, I mean, they already have 6 rounds, so they're already in a very good spot.
B bomb site's going to be under pressure. Perfecto's forced back. They're looking to turn the corner. Here's the execute.
Yeah, they're going to go for it again. Leading the charge in is Kerrigan. Trying to exploit that same weakness. And look at how pressured they are on this defense. Absolutely shut down. Perfecto, he should be dead. I can't believe he almost got the double. He was just locked in there behind the obelisk. And now Bits in the middle, but Rain is holding it. Brokey actually does go down. Electronic managed to sneak through a kill. And somehow it's still a 3-on-3 with no bomb plant. Yeah, they're trying to escape.
They're sort of boxed in. With Bit being able to peek down this window into canals, I don't think there's a comfortable escape route. This gets so dangerous now. There's no utility for FaZe.
AWP right there. Flash to hold off on anyone peeking for the bomb plant. That's horrifying. Imagine having to just trust in that one flashbang to do its job. But it did, and the bomb does go down. Robs is almost out of it. A lot of this might come down to Rain, and he's going to be good for the early kill. They know where Electronic is out here. They've definitely heard him now. And a little bit of a peek. Not quite enough, but does some damage. And Rain, trusting in his ability with the AK, going to be able to pick up that second kill. And at least they tie up the game 6-6. And because NaVi forced into the round, they are going to be very poor in this one.
Almost a recovery. Again, I mentioned that Kerrigan might have spotted a weakness catching that B defense off guard and just around with Glocks, and I think this time they really exploited it. They were so uncomfortable during that execute. Neither of them like switching to nades at the worst moments, not taking fights together, not able to coordinate exactly what they were going to fight at the same time.
Okay, Jason, you found the weakness of the B-bomb side. You know that you can probably keep hitting that over and over again, but the downside is, what if NaVi make a real switch and actually start to put more than, you know, the 2 or 3 people there? Or what if they just have a different setup? That's surely going to be coming. It looks like FaZe are just, they're hitting that soft spot over and over again now.
Yeah, but Kerrigan's too experienced to let that be a trend. You imagine he's going to switch things up back into a default, maybe something towards the 8 bomb site. And one of the other things that FaZe get to play with now that NaVi doesn't have the economy due to that force buy is Simple won't have the AWP in the next gun round.
True.
And not having that force, not having that presence on the map for NaVi is such an alleviation of pressure for FaZe. Taken down, and FaZe have a lead.
they need the lead as well. As that's the thing we have to come back to. It's quite likely that NaVi themselves are going to be decent on that T side. I think 6 rounds is already feeling somewhat comfortable. But yeah, no AWP in play for the CT side.
Timeout from FaZe.
Yeah, they want to power through. You're looking for that 9-6 finish at the moment. And it was looking rough at one point. That 5-round string of rounds from NaVi just looked like they were going to take over the whole game. But Brokey's also brought it back. He's 16 kills.
Yeah, leads the server. Doing a very good job. FaZe doing a good job of getting out of this rut, coming back into this game. 4 of the last 5 in their favor. Kerrigan really starting to turn the screws on Navi's defense. Simple's going to be back on an M4 with no nades. Excuse me, nades are going to be passed over to him right at the end of the round.
If you have a sense of the economy here, I mean, you could try and slow play it, but then actually go back to the B-bomb side anyway, once the grenades are gone, right? It's been working so well, and they have had a bit of a trouble getting in the middle and into the A-bomb side.
Ooh, this is the most aggressive we've seen the A defense. Perfecto just going for a look. Rain's going to hear those footsteps, going to hear the water, call it out to his team.
They could guess that there's been a couple of rounds where there's been a double or a triple set up in middle, but when they hear one of them running that way, they probably realize there can't be that much mid-defense.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit more emphasis towards the B-bomb site. They're going to go at Twist. They're going to start clearing this out. They need this angle, but NPL's going to back off, so they don't push all the way. Twist is calling out this, so Kerrigan's got a great vision of the map to make this kind of a play.
Oh my god, he's walked all the way in there, going to be catching at least one of them, and we'll spot a second player. And they know that NPL is anchoring the bomb site, so Perfecto getting the kill. They can probably guess there's going to be 2 people at this site.
And this defense has been weak, and there's no nades on it this time either, so it's going to be the full weight of the attack coming in.
Hold on, Bit is there, and Electronic is actually walking up behind them. NaVi, a very, very proactive defense coming in, and that's actually working for them. Twist and Robs, 2 versus 4, and Twist is about to get shot in the side of the head. No problem there. Electronic able to pick up that kill. Robs now, 1 versus 4, and only 35 seconds. This seems impossible at the moment. NaVi need the round, but they also need the money to continue, and Electronic will make sure it does. Double kill for him. That was a very, very reactive defense that they came out with. They were on that rotate way before FaZe even stepped foot onto the bomb site.
And that could have been a huge trap round considering the play Kerrigan makes, walking up middle, getting a kill towards the B connector. Nice find from Electronic on the flank. That wasn't spotted out by Rops, lurking over on the other side of the map, and the hit this time handled well by NPL and Perfecto. Final round of the first half. For the lead going into the break.
I think FaZe need this a lot more than NaVi do at the moment. But NaVi have their back. Kerrigan and Rain, look at the power behind this. They just want to go straight into the middle. They're already there. Electronic, he's probably heard it, but how is he going to expect for there to be 2 people on the other side? He's bumping into them in the smoke, and he's making a lot of noise himself. It's going to fade, and he still wins the fight against Kerrigan. That is absurd. He hasn't reloaded yet. He's just waiting for somebody else to step up. He needs the headshot, and now Perfecto's here to help him out. He waited long enough. Smoke is there, and timing could not have been better for Twist, though. 4 versus 4.
Yeah, Twist presses that advantage when he hears the utility being chucked out. This is going to be a split towards the A bomb site. Perfecto starting to shift. NPL and Simple starting to move through dark to get a flank on Canals. But Bit needs to do something inside the site. Huddled behind Cake. Perfecto's held the line, and there it is. There's the pop-up. Good distraction. Good follow-up. And they're delaying this so well. They're going to shut it all down. 8-7. A narrow lead for NaVi on Anubis.
In a tech sense, there's nothing more complex than a major. The complexities are insane. Kilometers of cable, hundreds of screens, a lot of people making sure that everything is running smoothly. Hello, I'm Sebastian. I am the in-game specialist for Blast. I do everything that has anything to do with the in-game part of our shows. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of connections between sound, between internet, between video, and between people. We have so many people, and if everyone is not completely focused and have their head in the game, the show's just not gonna run. If something goes wrong, there's a huge risk involved. Obviously, the worst thing that can happen is that the show stops whenever something goes wrong, and it always will. And it's just about preventing it, having a backup plan, making sure you have extra stuff on side, and having the best people in the business to fix it. And I think the last one is by far the most important one. This is where the office of the most important people in the production is. Don't tell them that I told them that. But this is where tech resides. Without tech, we have no show. That's why the tech team, they need to be there. The show must go on. So this is my favorite tent because this is where I work most of the time. It's the in-game tent. This is where we show everything that has anything to do with Counter-Strike and the major. On this side we have the A stream going out, and down there the B stream. This is the A stream. And if you walk slowly with me, the gentleman sitting here is controlling all graphical assets that comes up on stream. And whenever you see graphics, these are the magicians. Right here, this is a slow-mo machine. You see he has all the player cams that we have. So whenever you see a cool reaction, someone going crazy or someone crying because they lost, that's your star. Down here, this is an EVS machine. And whenever anything cool happens, he'll show the replay of it. If you look at the monitor wall, you'll easily have an idea of how many cameras and how many people are involved. All those small boxes are a camera that our director up here can cut to. Stream B, as we are having two shows going on at the same time. We have one guy doing graphics. We have the director, Smil, who's the man, who's running everything. We have two people doing EVS. And then we have a slow-mo machine to show player reactions. Now we actually have to be very quiet. I actually don't think I can talk in here because this is the sound booth. Sound is actually way more complicated and more complex than you think. And it's also way more important because no one really thinks about sound because we take it for granted. But when sound is not working, you cannot hear your gameplay, or you cannot hear your commentators, or it's too loud so you can't think. Sound has to work. So behind me right now is probably one of the most important parts of any show. It's the brain, it's the server, it's here where all connections going in and out. If this doesn't work, we don't have a show. So we can't show anything in here because it's business secrets, basically. It's a very mysterious room. As you can see, it takes a ton of people to put on an esports major. But I hope you enjoyed the rare view and rare insight on how we do it here at Blast.
We are back, yeah. A lot going into making a major and a lot going into qualifying for the champion stage here. Jason, we're on the third and final map. It's FaZe versus NaVi, and the second half is coming up. It's cut right down the middle. It's a 7-8 scoreline. Anyone can still walk away with this one, but NaVi do look hungry for it.
It's the last half of Counter-Strike in the majors for one of these two teams, for one of these legendary players. Simple, Electronic, Kerrigan, Rain. Their entire history in Counter-Strike comes down to this half. Oh, that's an opening. There goes Kerrigan.
Yes, a spicy start. Bit just deleting the captain of the enemy team, and he's even back for more. He's so ready for it. You could tell he knew every single fight that was going to be available there, and he only hit one of those shots, though. They're going to gravitate towards the B bomb site. Rain and Brokey are there to try and defend, but the smokes, they stop them from landing any clean shots, so the bomb is going to be planted on the other side. This is a great start for NaVi. This is how you set it up to just knock FaZe right out. But Twist and Rain, they're coming back into it with a little bit of a fierce rush. They're just going for it. NPL, he'll shut down two more. And the bomb is ticking on the site. They don't have a kit right now.
It's all on Rops. That flank has to be everything.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And they're ready. They actually spotted it out already. They know the jig is up. It's going to be Brokey to get one. Rops on the other one. In spite of the fact that they knew, they're still able to get the kills, and now they have to go straight for it. If they get shut down now, there's not going to be a defuse. They can't come off it. Perfecto is trying, but Rops going to be able to hit the headshot. And what a retake coming in from FaZe. That looked like it was going to be impossible.
Yeah, it looked so unlikely. What an incredible sequence from Rops coming in on the flank. And yeah, Electronic looks a little bit stunned. You have to be. This opening is a gift. A one tap from Bit. You spot two more in middle. Gotta give credit over to FaZe as well. They shifted that defense at the perfect moment to the B bomb site where they can't stop the plant, but they can prevent NaVi from getting into comfortable positions afterwards. And a heroic save from Rops. We're all tied up at 8.
I actually can't believe it. Brokey and Rops, that combination is what brought FaZe to this part of the tournament anyway. If they could bring them back here, wheel them out one last time. Hard to even describe how difficult of a retake that was with no kit. Your big ace up the sleeve, which is the flank, it got spotted before he even got the kill, and they still managed to bring it back in a 2-on-3. That is difficult to do. Tied up, and an absolutely critical round for FaZe to pick up here. Simple's got the AK, but the rest of them don't really have anything.
Remember, it was NaVi's T side that failed them spectacularly on Mirage. Not able to get very many rounds at all. 4 total, but only 2 of them gun rounds on the board. Let's see if FaZe's defense can hold strong here on Anubis. Twist gonna back off at the spot. Doesn't want to take the fight there. Waiting for Brokey to arrive so they can collapse. There is an AK in Simple's hands.
Trying to see if they could set it up. Good trades coming through. Even if they do lose one player, just a 3-man push to try and set that up.
Yeah, but Rops is a bit low. He's got to be careful. Bit's going to challenge into the A bomb site through A halls, looking for a peek, and one deagle shot will do it.
Yeah, relocating Rops right now, that makes sense. Don't want to be playing too much out of the open. Rain is going to go check this canal just about the same time when the 3 people are walking up. They're going to be careful. Oh my god, what a shot. NPL's taking down Rain. He barely even made his way around the corner.
Oh, that Molotov is huge from Kerrigan. They've got to extinguish it and come through the smoke. They're streaming out now. Kerrigan inside the bomb site, wrapped around. And NPL delivering 2 important kills. Brokey slides out. Trade from Bits FAMAS. And Rops again left in a clutch on the flank, but he's only got 14 health. Surely not this one.
He's going to think about it. He's hoping that at least the element of surprise will give him the first kill. Make it a 1 versus 1, and then he still has to hit another headshot behind that. He's got the right idea. Walking in, and he almost had the spot. Then now he's been found out, and I think it's time to cancel it. Yeah, you needed that kill for free on the first one. NaVi, what an incredible round to win back, and it's thanks to NPL. That first shot on Rain was absolutely god tier.
Yeah, a lot of eyes obviously on NPL recently. The last time these 2 teams faced each other back at the RMR, it was NPL who was the star of the show, top fragging for a series victory for NaVi. Here he delivers incredible impact. And Rain is probably wishing he could have that peek back.
Oh, yeah.
Probably wishing he didn't want to get the information.
There was a lot to get, though, right? If he doesn't die that quickly, even if he just spots 2 or 3 of them there, and if, like, that's it, they know everything, but...
Oh, my lord.
Boom.
So quick. Even the Molotov from Kerrigan I thought was going to do it.
The crosshair placement could not have been better on that one. Yeah, the wraparound. You're right, that Molotov really did slow them, but they managed to get up out of through the smoke, and then they wrapped around perfectly. Kerrigan had nowhere to look.
Yeah, it's the route that Kerrigan didn't expect. You expect him to kind of come through that smoke straight ahead, and NPL turns to the right, which would be right at Kerrigan's crosshair if he was holding it. Beautiful work from the rookie. Tagged over the smoke, the rebuttal is there. Damage from the AK rains down to 50.
All that work, Jason, put into the retaking the pistol round and coming up with a bit of a miracle on that one. And it's thrown into question right away. Even if you force up into this one, it doesn't look that great, does it? 2 Deagles, an M4, 157 and a Scout. And Simple cracks open the bomb site, ready to go for it. The spray right through. NPL's really feeling the game right now. You can tell he's confident in taking the fights. Yeah, Brokey's going to get 1 kill, but it will make no difference at the end. 1 versus 4 here. He can stick around and do some damage if he really feels like it, but ultimately... Oh, now picked up the M4, yeah. He's going to try and see if he can make an escape. It's going to be 10-8 here, favoring NaVi. This is such a good start to the T side. All of the money gone on the FaZe side. They can't buy into this next one. They're in such a weird position.
Yeah, a little bit awkward. They'll have to concede. Only USPs, no armor. 1 flashbang picked up by Brokey, so likely going to set up some kind of a grouped up play to catch NaVi off guard. And yeah, nice seeing NaVi slide assertively and aggressively into fights when they're taking over that B bomb site. But as we know, against the pistols, against the Scout, it's easy to have that confidence. Let's see what it looks like when the guns come out for FaZe.
You got to think a little bit about what you said earlier. If you have one trick somewhere, there's the flash, and there's no one there to be found. MPL's calling it out, saying, yeah, they're all coming. Actually ran into an HE as well. That's brutal.
I'm actually not sure if he spotted that. Yeah, he does. He knows now. He didn't spot it initially because NaVi didn't react in any kind of a way to realize that there was a full team push out of the B bomb site. But again, just with the USPs, doesn't really matter even if they catch him a little bit off guard. NaVi handled business. 2 kills on Simple and Electronic each. NaVi with a 3-round lead.
If you have a trick, Jason, you said this earlier.
Yeah.
You've saved something. It's a new map. There is a chance. Now is the time to do it if you're FaZe. If you have something that you've been practicing on the CT side, because this could get out of hand really, really fast. It's 11-8. It's only a 3-round gap. But if you lose this round in your FaZe, NaVi will bounce straight to 13 because you won't have the money to buy.
And that weight of the elimination scenario,
oh yes,
would just increase tenfold.
Yeah, every round from here on out, you could double the pressure. And Kerrigan, what is this move? He's just snuck out. He's so deep in already. That's actually... That's interesting. Would anyone ever check this?
Yeah, I mean, with those smokes down, you would absolutely. This isn't exactly a trick that nobody's seen before.
He's got Rain on the other side, though. I wonder if they could provide a little bit of cover. You could see he's looking deep down there, so even if they want to.
Oh, they're checking it. They know. They're coming up. They're lining up for the double swing to at least trade the kills. Perfecto's got one.
Bit on the other side. You're right. They're definitely looking for it.
They think that's the push, though. Actually, there's a chance now for Kerrigan. Oh, this position, he finds Simple. They didn't clear it out. And now Electronic's going to get pulled back. Good trade from Perfecto. One more. Twist, ready to challenge this smoke, but the B bomb site is compromised. Excuse me, the A bomb site is compromised. And NPL again delivering a headshot, and FaZe have to back off.
Yeah, they can't challenge this. That is a classic example of how you can make a huge mistake by making one simple assumption. As soon as they find Robs outside of the A-bomb side, you're exactly right. They think that's it. That was the aggression. They never looked for Kerrigan, but he wasn't in a position to get more than the one kill.
I mean, that could have been a multi-kill easily if the majority of Navi's forces don't just take the hard right out of his vision. Simple was the only one he could really go for.
Oh, wow. So potential for a start there, but it never really worked out.
Got to admire, though, we mentioned at the start of this map, like no team had really kind of tested the limits and kind of broken out of the textbook for a first gun round on the deciding map of what could be your final major. That is a bold call to make for FaZe, and it hasn't worked out.
They get to save the rifles, and that's very important right now. They're not going to have very much to fight with. And NaVi knocking at the door 13 rounds. And that one could have been a very, very different. Brokey is still all the way up there. He's still leading the board after all this time. He's got 20 kills.
But there's not a whole lot of power behind him.
No.
The drop-off is steep. 20 kills on Brokey. Next up is Rain and Twist at 10. We better see that change quick. Small investment, SMG, P250.
Yeah, somebody has to step up behind Brokey and make themselves known. Find a way to put some fear into NaVi because they do look very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, look how comfortable, speaking of which, they are challenging into this bomb site so quickly, so early with those rifles, with the AK-47. More than happy to look for a duel.
Rena's here with one of those saved M4s.
4 players are here.
Yeah, that's true. Rob's playing forward in A. There's nobody in middle, so if NaVi wait another 10, 20 seconds and go check it out, they're at least going to discover that. Boost to look on over. There are quite a few boosts you could do in this bomb site. There's one right next to the obelisk as well you can get just to offset the angle. And they're going to lose faith in that before they even get close. And they're actually going to go back and check middle.
NaVi's slow playing this so hard right now. So hard. Bit throwing utility over at A, showing A Hall's control. And that's exactly what's broken up this stack at the B bomb site. Left Kerrigan all on his lonesome. Question is, what timing does NaVi use? When do they start shifting in? Simple's going to start sliding out now. I don't know how Kerrigan's won that fight. I don't know how he's not traded. But that's kind of an issue for NaVi.
Yeah, the clock is running down a little bit low for my comfort as well. There are the openings that they need, though. So some of the danger averted, but not all the way there. Twist still holding the corner, sees the bomb getting dropped over. Gotta be ready for another fight. And Bit just explodes his head. It's so clean. A double kill for Bit. Twist must have thought, you know what, I have a chance here, right? The bomb is down. I know that someone's going to come pick it up eventually.
The pacing of when those fights actually appear for the defense is so hard to deal with, right? Like, you're expecting a heavier commitment a little bit earlier. You're waiting and waiting for those fights, and it's not the one you want. It's not the one you envisioned. Good kill from Rops, but he's not going to be able to save the rifle. Reaching for it, but Electronic makes sure he can't get away. 13-8, 5-round lead.
Such accuracy.
A week ago, it was inconceivable that either one of these teams would not make it to the championship stage.
Yes.
To the big playoff stage of the final CSGO major. Inconceivable we wouldn't have Kerrigan. Inconceivable we wouldn't have Simple. This has been a grueling battle. NaVi firmly in control of this third map.
They really are right now. I'm struggling to see a way back for FaZe at the moment. They've lost 5 rounds in a row here to start the second half with. They won the pistol as well, Jason, and then that second round fumble.
NPL, let's just say it.
Yes.
I mean, great utility damage, but just in terms of the frags he had in the second round, taking out 2 important ones to open up the bomb site. the follow-up round as well, finding the opening at the A-bomb site.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the legends that are playing in the server right now, but obviously for NPL, someone who had a lot of question marks around him and someone that Blade really sort of doubled down on and said, no, like we've seen something we trust in. Right now, he is making that case for himself every single round. Brokey getting a little bit naded. Actually, more nades following Twist, also taking some damage. The flashbangs are good, and the wide swing that AWP has to make its way out. Although rods, a parting gift, it's still NPL to get another one through. And Brokey sticking around here just seems so risky. 3 versus 4. If he misses even one player, they're going to be right on top. In fact, he's lost the ground behind him. He is so lucky to be alive.
And they have to go for this, at least for the moment, until it's too far out of reach. Bit missed a great opportunity to crack this open into the A-bomb site. He still has standing. He still has some safety for his teammate to get in with the bomb, and NPL is going to readjust position.
Yeah, they knew where he was anyway. Bomb not planted yet. They're going to try and go for the retake before anyone even get a chance to do it. And they find Bit. It's on Simple. Good for the one. And NPL, is he going to be there in time? It doesn't look like it. Simple's going to end up going down. 40 seconds here for a 1 versus 2. That could absolutely change his career. The bomb down right in front in FaZe are doing the right thing. They are slowing it down. He has to make the move. He has to expose himself in this one. The smoke fades again. Oh! And oh my God! There we go! The youngster of the team. A triple to end it. 14 rounds on NaVi. And that might be the knockout blow to FaZe.
Of all the names on this team, you wouldn't think it's NPL to deliver them a playoff spot, but he's doing it. He's rising to the occasion. This is a disgustingly filthy clutch. That might be the final dagger. Kerrigan unable to get the trade on his swing, and NPL just a bit more impact.
How do you win? He even looks like he's surprised. The timing between those two peaks, it should have been impossible. There should have been absolutely no way. And yet here we are.
That's how he saw it in his dreams. Not done yet. Gotta settle down. 2 big fights won by Rain and Brokey. Electronic. Oh, what a timing. What a timing, just as Rain had given up the angle. A freebie for Electronic. He knows exactly where Rain is, and he's got that as well. NaVi clawed right back into a 3-on-3.
Smokes, flashes coming through. Brokey's not quite sure, but he's going to be trusting that spray to take down Electronic is not bad. Bit and Perfecto are still, well, now just one of them. Perfecto hanging around inside of the smoke. FaZe, this defense has to hold not just in this round, but it has to hold for the rest of the map right now. Final chance for FaZe as they pick up a second round in the second half here. This has to be flawless Counter-Strike coming out of the FaZe clan.
Yeah, they need to run. They need to get some momentum. We're going to get a timeout called. This one's from NaVi. Their second as they want to talk things over. Plenty of money for them to work with. Again, much like the opening map on Overpass, FaZe is going to have to start making a comeback the hard way where NaVi have all the cash in the world to work with. And Blade can go deep into that playbook.
For NaVi on the other side of things, I mean, we talked about closing. Obviously, we heard from FaZe and Rops the other day saying that was one of their weaknesses. But NaVi just as much need to end this quickly, right? You don't want to see FaZe get back up to 12 or 13 rounds where they suddenly feel like they have some wind in their sails again. You just want to end this right now. Get to the champion stage and leave FaZe here. That's what they got to be thinking about. 22-1 Electronic. He's tied up with Brokey. He's really put some work in an NPL. The newcomer to the team. 20 kills here in what has to be the most important game that he's ever played. And now he again, that slow style of theirs has crept back in, and it's been really hard for FaZe to deal with. Rob's over at the A site, and Twist is there with him. Kind of a light defense for that B-bomb side at the moment. They're going to try and see if they could double up. This could get really scary for a bit.
It's a good read for this defense at the moment. Smoke comes in. It looks like they want to go through that. Simple's lining up a flashbang, but it's called off over the edge of the smoke. A little bit of a tense situation between Bit and Rops.
The bomb is so far back anyway. Even if they went through and they win, they still don't really have the bomb there with them. Oh, he reads it. Bit. He had the right idea. That sounded like an underhand to him.
Look at mid, though. Mid's being exploited right now.
Yeah.
Electronic and NPL have space for free. They've gotten all the way to the double doors. No indication yet. They haven't used utility to take it. They've just been walking up looking for contact. And Electronic challenging so that this can remain silent. Brokey might be the first point of contact.
This is horrifying, isn't it? If he dies, or if they slip through into the A-bomb site, there we go. Opening as they crack the Scholar Rob. Simple's gonna turn around and find Brokey, and there's nothing they could do. Twist getting overrun. They found the perfect place to hit that bomb site. And even these kills late here, it won't make a difference. Karrigan and Rain do not have the money to lose the rifles, even if now they get to 15, which they will. You just have to try and fight your way back and get into overtime. That could not have been any better for NaVi. What a great way to solve that round.
They're helped out. A missed timing from Brokey, who shifts his eyes. I mean, just kind of jiggles back into cover, but he's got a deep angle towards the A connector, and he gives it up just for the briefest of moments. And that's when NaVi fortunately slides in, and there's not even a chance for Brokey to take a shot, to provide any kind of a call, any kind of communication that it's coming. And if you're NaVi, hunt these weapons down.
Yeah, relentlessly. Just give it all if you can. Going to be walking up behind. MPL is still a little bit far away. Ooh, actually, Karrigan coming back into it, and he will survive. Save the rifle at the very least. They're going to need that desperately. You know, something else that makes that such a good call is the fact that they had that little standoff with Robs and Pit over at close to the to the lip of the A-bomb side, right? Because that also means they probably feel like, well, there's a really limited chance that Robs will have fallen all the way back to the middle. They know that someone was going to be pushed up that fast, so the middle is a little bit weaker. Just tiny bits of information.
Frustration. Yeah, you can understand too. FaZe have to do 6 rounds in a row. This is the final CSGO major, the final chance for Karrigan to build upon his legacy. And it starts here, or ends here. Twist delivers the opening kill, but Bit responds, and the A-bomb site is weak. It's Brokey sliding over to defend. It all rests on this. Brokey with another one, and FaZe have a chance to recover.
Yeah, they do 4 versus 3. A Bit's already tagged up. Some good grenades being thrown down from NaVi to try and buy the space, but they're not even worried about the immediate bomb plant. They were looking for the positions. Simple's pushed up inside of the smoke. Oh, he's going to be found. What a check from Twist. That's so important. Now this should be their round. Bit is 1 bullet from death, and he's going to be found immediately. Perfecto, just all on him in a 1 versus 4. And they're going at him 1 at a time. A little bit scary. And they're going to be fine at the end. Karrigan holding on to it, getting the last kill there. 10 to 15. 1 round down, another 5 to go for FaZe. Nothing that we've seen out of them so far in the second half has proven to us that they're going to be able to win 6 in a row, but that's what's on the table right now.
No, but they have to. That's when you go down in the history books.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
5 more they need. 5 more they need against overwhelming odds, against NaVi's complete control of this map in every regard.
Or if FaZe make it back into overtime and win it, that, you're right, that would be historic. That would be the kind of conversation you would have 5 and 10 years from now. Last chance for both teams to try and see if they can make it on through to the next stage. And all AKs on the NaVi side here. They've looked so focused on this second half here. Obviously, they disappeared on the second map. Never really showed up to play on Mirage, but on this one, it's a completely different question. They're hanging out outside of the A-bomb side. I mean, to be fair, every time they show up, they get the bomb plan, right? You feel confident that one of those rounds in the next 5, you're probably going to win it.
Well, if you're NaVi too, tactically, you've exploited the B bomb site plenty of times. You've challenged it through B main. You've taken control of Dark. You've taken control of mid. You have the entire map available, and this could be the final thrust. Yeah. This could be the book closing.
Here we go. They're running straight for it, although Bit's going to get caught. Very, very aggressive. They still don't know about Brokey inside of the smoke. And the bomb's getting planted. Brokey, does he want to risk it? He does. Stops the bomb plant. Perfecto's gotten 1, and Brokey, he is on a mission right now to try and save his team. 2 versus 3, and they find Simple. And late lurk coming in from Electronic. This would have been lethal. This would have been a dagger in the back if the bomb ever got planted, but it didn't. Brokey is here to try and carry his team through. A double kill in the round to make all the difference, and now just don't screw it up. Don't lose the 1 versus 3. That's not how you want to get knocked out of the major. Electronic sneaking on through. And he's got just about 20 seconds. He's already been discovered, and there we go. Good trade for Rops. He's going to get a double, and it's another round for FaZe, 11 to 15. They're getting closer. They're almost there.
Yeah, well, they got 1 more buy to burn through before they can force NaVi back, or also, actually, it could be here. Simple's only at 2,300, but they got cash to work some weapons around. Brokey making the plays. Brokey delaying things and buying time for his teammates to recover, to get back into it. Around the edge of the smoke. And NaVi yet to find the winning answer for the final 16th round, but they've picked up 2 AKs, have not fully invested. So NaVi playing with the lead that they have of 4 rounds. and being conservative with this economy. And FaZe yet again gonna bust out some aggression. Twist with an opening kill. Brokey builds upon it. And that's the 2 rifles on the ground.
How do you find the courage to make that play with your backs against the wall? If that backfires, that's the end of the major. That'll be over. You push into one of the most grenaded parts of the map and you just win both the fights. AKs are picked up again on MPL and Perfecto, but that's got to build some confidence. I love it for FaZe. 26 kills on Brokey. And Rob's now out to clean up. Yeah, get it warmed up. Even if it's against pistols, even if it's a round you already won, just get that aim back online. Rob's with a triple in this one. 12-15. FaZe need 3 more rounds. I can't believe that this is coming down to it. NaVi, they've probably dreamt of closing this out already. Who knows what happens if we get into overtime?
3rd timeout used to prevent just that. NaVi's gonna talk things over. It'll be a full buy this round for NaVi's attack.
In truth, right, they've had success in middle, B, and A. Like, they've proven they can attack pretty much all over the place. I mean, this has got to be a great position to be in from an IGL point of view on NaVi, right? There are a lot of options for them.
You say that, but also you got to IGL them to this final round, which surely feels like it'll be the hardest. Not just that, but FaZe's defense powering up. 4 of the last 5, including 3 straight. And starting to get a little bit more assertive, starting to get a little bit more confidence under the belt with these aggressive stances, these pushes that we've seen towards middle, the push from Rops and A main. Starting to throw some different looks at NaVi's attack. Round 28.
Rops alone and B again early on. That's been happening a lot, and they've trusted in him to do it. So far, he hasn't been completely caught with his pants down. There's been no quick flash and swing where they just take out Rops. Notoriously one of the most careful players to play up against. So if you were going to have someone anchoring the A-bomb side and not get picked off, probably is him. Rain taking a little bit of a look. Doesn't want to get picked off again, walking into NPL. That happened a couple of rounds ago. So he's going to fall on back from the canal. Bomb is on this side. I mean, if we're looking at the minimap, it is suggestive of an A finish.
Yeah, well, Brokey's up. He's being mobile with it, keeping eyes on middle at this point. Can't make the critical mistake he made earlier. And he actually might get pulled out of position. Again, Bit causing enough of a presence and distraction to lure a 3rd defender. Kerrigan is shifting off the B bomb site. They're going to get aggressive, 1-for-1 trade from Bit. But that's information. Rop sees that it's clear, so Kerrigan starts sliding back. He's watching middle for the moment. He's trying to protect Brokey's rotation. And NaVi not quite ready to pull the trigger on this final play towards B.
Kerrigan has a Molotov as well, and with only 30 seconds left, that's a bit sketchy, right? If he comes back in time, he's going to find the flank in the middle. That's a huge kill for Kerrigan. They're looking, they know that someone's there, but it doesn't make a difference. Rain with a spray down, and he gets the last headshot as well. That is a beautiful triple kill. They knew, they had the inkling, they were looking for it, but he found the absolute perfect moment in time, 13-15.
Such a good decision from Twist and Rops as well to peek in deep towards A main, because they've been pulled off by that fake before when it was just Bit. They've been pulled out of position just in that exact same way, but not twice. This time they handle it and get everything necessary. What a beautiful sequence from Rain. FaZe now just 2 rounds from overtime.
And the money for NaVi. I can't believe it. I'm not sure NaVi can believe it either. They're still focused on the mission in hand, but in the back of your mind, you must be thinking, come on. 1 good entry, 1 good kill. Let's be done with this in regulation. And they're going to try and set up for it here. Some flashes going on over. See if they can throw NPL in to get one of those openings at the very least. Tech9's got the right idea through the smoke, but he doesn't want to challenge the next one. Still, it opens it up quite a bit. NaVi actually have a crack at winning this round now. The bomb is going to be planted. Bit's going down, but I don't want to rule NaVi out of anything right now. I can't think of a more painful way for FaZe to lose this, to get knocked out of the major by Tech9s and Deagles and a straight rush to the B bomb site. But that might happen still. Brokey's going to get 1 good grenade on to Perfecto. And we're in a 3 versus 4. Simple getting zoned out. Now it's Electronic swinging wide to take every fight that he can. It's just on NPL. And the bomb is getting defused on the other side. Great retake coming through. FaZe will live to fight for 1 more round. 14-15. And we're going to go the whole distance.
Yeah, that's FaZe with some real composure playing that retake. Now on a 5-round streak, this sends a message to NaVi. You didn't think it was going to be easy to put us away. You didn't think we were going to quit, did you? Last round of regulation, and a timeout is taken. Fourth and final for NaVi. They've spent them all. They've burned them all to get this last round, and they have not been able to do it. One final plunge. Blade extremely vocal, laying out his plans, how he wants them to approach the situation. Who's going to be the hero this time? It's been NPL, the 1v2 clutch, the 2 entries in round 2.
They've really set him up for it as well. I mean, they tried to flash him into that round. He almost had Carrigan, but he escaped through that secondary smoke. Here we are. 30th round. A historic moment for both these teams. Everything could be decided right now.
The history of Carrigan as one of the greatest in-game leaders. The history of Simple as one of the greatest players. It can be decided.
Oh, look at how they're doing it. Robson, Twist, they're pushing out. They're ready to fight. They're actually so deep, they're not ready for it. Bit getting caught at the bottom of the stairs. We've seen this once before, and it didn't really work out for FaZe, but imagine making that call in the 30th round.
And this is what we wanted, though. The first 2 maps were so textbook. They were so constrained. They were so playing within limits. And FaZe has really had to extend outside of those limits in this map to make this comeback happen. What a bold call, and it's given them an advantage. Man up and Perfecto basically dead.
How's your hand not shaking when you make that push to take that fight out in the open? You have to be championship quality material to keep the focus on at this level. A minute on the clock now. And Electronic is real deep in the middle. Simple's on the other side there to help him out. 4 on 5, and Perfecto down to 3 health. You can see Electronic at the little camera. He's calling it out. He's thinking about it. Not seeing or hearing anything. And Brokey, who's been the rock of this team, leaned heavy towards the A-bomb site right now with 2 other people. And this might be a mistake. This could be a map-ending mistake. Rain and Carrigan are the only 2 people at the B-bomb site. The rotation is coming in pretty quickly, actually. Twist in the middle, and Brokey, they might know. They're going to be coming for it. Only 20 seconds left. NaVi, they don't have enough time for this. There's a huge defense all of a sudden. The window is closed. Brokey is here to shut it down. He wants the overtime. And now down to 10 seconds. Rain, he's got the crossfire as well. There's absolutely no way. FaZe, they have done the impossible. They've made their way back, and it's overtime. 15-15.
Unbelievable. What a game from FaZe. They had to win 6 in a row to get us to overtime, and that gives a little bit more life to Carrigan's story. NaVi, they've used all their timeouts. They tried desperately to close it, but you can't put away championship pedigree that simple.
This is such a call. There was 5 or 10 seconds there where NaVi were in striking distance of the B-bomb site and only 2 people defending it.
Look what it means. Overtime. 10,000 star money, 3 rounds per side in OT. 19 the winning number. And still the pressure, the weight of it. One team goes home, one team moves on to the playoffs.
And speaking of championship pedigree, right? Now you need to find a way to reset those emotions. You need to try and find that mental reset in the game, because this is your opportunity. And some of these players have been through this before. With somebody like NPL, you've got to think that this is where you could start to see a couple of mistakes.
He's been quiet since that clutch. He's been quiet since that 1v2. It was a massive 1v2 to win.
Oh, nice. There's no one in the corner, but that's a really nice trick. He actually sees it. He gets the leg on Carrigan. What a way to get an opening if that would have happened. Simple, really getting the start there, but Carrigan is still alive for a second. Perfecto gets the headshot onto Rain. Still a 3 versus 4. And a smoke up to try and stop it, but surely that's going to be pushed. If they try and plant the bomb right now, you have to assume that Rox will want to come through at some point. Bomb being planted and the wall bang not connecting. And NaVi, it's a classic. You win the first round in overtime after losing 6 in a row. That's exactly what Counter-Strike does to you. A little bit of pressure. Brokey gets the headshot on Perfecto and starts the retake. Oh, missed shot from Simple, and he realizes now he's in danger. No more Molotovs back there. He doesn't get the shot, and he's going to get zoned out. Brokey as well.
No way.
It's all on Bit here to try and hold on. He throws down the Molotov on top of the bomb, and they can't get the defuse. That bomb is on fire, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Grenade lands right on top, and Bit He's got the round. That is absolutely magnificent.
What a sequence, Bit. We wanted another hero from NaVi, and Bit steps up to the occasion. And that retake looks so good. A big risk for FaZe in overtime with money the way it is. That could hurt them. Oh, that a beautiful 1v3.
He had it all lined up. The Molotov on top, the grenade behind it, this smoke. I mean, the fact that he gets the kill on Brokey right before. 16-15. First team to get to 19 rounds.
Look at the exhale as well. 1 round lead for NaVi. We do it again.
Brokey, 31 kills. He is pulling as hard as he can right now.
And again, aggression. FaZe have gone back to it. This is about the 3rd time they've tried this. Kerrigan again going to sneak into this position. No one from NaVi really close by to spot it. Actually, he gets even more aggressive than previous. He wants to peek all the way up behind this smoke, but surely this is red. They're waiting for it. Oh, Kerrigan. He gets one somehow, but traded.
The fact that he even got one is someone to work with. 4 on 4, and Rain is still aggressive in the middle. He could be the fastest flank of all time, especially with this kind of a start to it. Twist on the defense. NPL good for the 1. They know where Rops is back here. They've seen the grenade already. They're trying to see if they can edge him out, and the bomb. NPL's not going to be able to. You're right, that is the bomb on the ground. The flank from Rain never really materialized, and Brokey and Rops, they're here. They've got the bomb on their side in a 2 versus 2.
Well, simple and electronic, the classic NaVi 1-2 punch. All the games they've played together, all the clutches they've been in together, but it comes down to the hot hand of Brokey holding the line. There's no utility for Simple and Electronic, nothing to activate them.
Oh my god.
Is that a run boost?
They're going to run boost their way in. Brokey picks them up, blows Simple out of the sky. And Electronic now, the jig is up. They know exactly where he is. 30 seconds. He's going to be good for the 1. Rops on the other side. Bomb plant has to come through. Electronic would love a fight right now. He doesn't want to get into the territory where he has to try and fake the bomb plant and try and lure out Rops. And he's checking it slowly. Every corner of the bomb site. Walks right in there and commits to it. Doesn't fake it. Just holds it down. Now he's stuck behind and Rops will find him. A critical round and a critical 1 versus 1. FaZe, they equalize once again. 16-16.
What a shot from Brokey. The hot hand indeed. Picks Simple out of the sky. That's probably one of the least expected things Brokey encountered. But you can forgive the theatrics. It was all that Simple had. Look at this from his POV. What a job tracking him coming into the bomb site.
Sick. Absolutely sickening. And he needed it.
Neither team given anything. 16 all. Final round of the first half of overtime. Yeah, live analyst reaction. That'll do it.
Some more people that have spent the majority of their adult lives following Counter-Strike. This is what we're all here for. 16-16, final round of the first half. First team to 19. Again, if you're new to the format, 19 is the number we're looking for. Rops alone, but still pushing out towards A. He's actually getting really deep in there. In the middle, NaVi are going to put some pressure on to Twist, see if they can find him. Got to be real careful. Grenade goes over. Ooh, that reveals his position. And Rops, that's where you want to back on out.
Yeah, that's where you pull the ripcord. Twist under pressure. Flashbang comes in. He's calling Brokey over for assistance. And that's some powerful assistance. That AWP. Counter utility being spent to keep Twist in this position.
Yeah, Brokey can only help if they come through the door, right? If they swing wide on the other side, then Brokey can't really do anything. A bit of a freeze being called. NaVi are expecting that maybe there's going to be a retake of middle. They're waiting for FaZe to make their move. Brokey's just ice cold here. Doesn't quite get the flick, and Twist has got to be worried. He's jiggling this.
They still don't know he's here, though.
No, they don't, but they're surely going to check it. 45 seconds. What a check it was. Perfecto. A drive-by with the AK to take down Twist, and now the pressure is on. They're going to go for it, but already Rain is on the wrap once again. 35 seconds. FaZe, they might still have this. Brokey, he's good for that one. Kerrigan in the middle, and now they're stuck. They can't get out. FaZe winning 2 out of 3 rounds in the first half of the overtime. 17-16. That round, they had such a read on what NaVi were doing, and the immediate flank through middle, through the canals, they had everything on lockdown.
Yeah, and Bit wasn't actually there to challenge A main whatsoever. So, I mean, there was going to be no pressure on that defense. He was going to get caught off by the lurk no matter what. 17-16, remember as well, there's no timeouts for NaVi. They used them all in regulation. All of them went to waste. All of them unable to net them that 16th round.
Remember in the 30th round how they had that two-man defense at B phase, and then there was a rotation coming in just at the last second to help them get into overtime? The fact that they're able to move this defense around so much, even in overtime here, it's making a massive difference. But you only have to be wrong once, right? If you misjudge that and you're rotating to a bomb site that's not getting attacked, it's all over. But karrigan has called this so well on the CT side. Now he has to come back and do it after 18 rounds on the other side. He has to go back to the T side and try and do it again and see if they can rediscover what it was that worked for them in the first half.
Well, Simple's off was a menace on NaVi's CT side. The most rounds that FaZe was able to put on the board came when they took that weapon out of his hands. They don't have that luxury now. Magazine emptied, mistake from Electronic, not punished yet. karrigan gonna make sure it happens. Hunts it down, and Simple steps into the gap created.
Oh, this could actually still work out for FaZe if they get the shot right here. Like you said, getting rid of the off on Simple, and they'll just jiggle it out. Rain with absolute expert perfection. It's now NPL and Perfecto, and they're so far away. They can't do anything.
NaVi,
it's going to be 18 rounds on FaZe. They're back. They're 1 round away.
NaVi had a huge lead, and it proved to be brittle. FaZe have just broken it down step by step, and now it's NaVi with all the pressure on them. FaZe had to win 6 in a row to get to overtime. NaVi just have to win 2.
A flawless round to start with here in the second half of overtime. FaZe, I don't know what is going through their minds right now, but it's got to be an intense feeling. 1 more round, Jason. They need to win 1 out of the next 2, and they're going to be able to qualify, and they will send NaVi out of the final CSGO Major, send them packing in spectacular fashion as well. A comeback from being that far behind, from looking that distraught, and then somehow they summon the strength to get back here. Nothing but focus on their faces at the moment, you can tell.
And so much momentum propelling them forward. The only round NaVi's gotten in the past, 9 rounds going back to regulation is Bits 1v3. That's the only one.
Yeah.
It came down to a clutch, and that's got to be feeling so deflating within the NaVi camp. Time to muster whatever energy you have left. It's been a long series.
Yeah, this is it. Again, this is where karrigan is worth every penny. If anyone's got the experience in the world right now to find a way in these last 2 rounds, it's absolutely karrigan. And so far, they are giving time for NaVi to show them their hand. They're hoping that there's going to be a hot flash out here. They would love an aggressive peek, anything like that.
I think that's exactly what they're looking for. Any kind of change in the defense that NaVi have been running, any kind of X factor, anything NaVi want to switch up to try and catch him off guard, but it's not coming. NaVi's actually done the opposite. They've bottled up.
They have karrigan. He's putting a lot of pressure on, just firing that AK. He's not afraid of getting found out. He wants the surprise factor of this swing towards the bomb site, but what a flashbang. That's NPL setting it up and getting a kill as well on Brokey. That's going to slow everything down. That's the bomb on the corner as well. And this round is going to fall apart. Not enough pressure in middle, potentially. They did try, and you could see how that could draw something back from that B defense, but didn't work out. NaVi did not bite this time.
No, and I mean, I like that from NaVi as well. Remember, that bomb site on NaVi's CT side really got exploited a number of times by karrigan once he sensed that weakness. So this time, they stand right in the face of the action with a little bit of utility. A pair of kills to shut down the idea emphatically.
Well, if there wasn't enough pressure already, Jason, we are going in to another potential overtime if NaVi can pick up the next round. 18-17. Yeah, this is such good timing. Simple sees it coming. He's on to karrigan's tricks. 28 kills on Electronic, 24 in NPL, but then Simple and Perfecto right there, 22-23. Brokey still leading the server with 23 kills. He's stepped it up.
33 kills.
Yeah, did I say something?
I said 23.
Don't worry, I sometimes like lie a little bit.
No, Brokey's been unbelievable. Huge reason why FaZe is having this final chance to close it out. One more opportunity for Simple. Electronic to make it to the final major playoff stage. They have to bring it to double overtime. They've given us one, Simple with the op, mobile. Previously in mid at the B bomb site, he's going to be boosted up here again as well. And this time, FaZe spreads out in more of a default.
It's Bit a little bit alone, although Electronic is starting to get there. That solo A position is potentially quite risky. It looks like FaZe want to try and test it. Bit and Electronic. They have some grenades left. Mostly the smoke there.
Yeah, they'd love the Molotov. Probably just drop the smoke when you see the utility come in, but he's out of position. Almost caught, almost caught. It's got to be down to Electronic. Holds the line. There's the smoke, and Electronic adds another one. Are they going to test it? Oh, they can't even do that. Bit spams through, and they're brought so low. The nade is surely going to clean up at least one.
Yeah, a massive bomb on top of them. Twist and Brokey here, 2 versus 4. And again, this is impossible, right? You're never going to be able to break through this one. Twist will get taken down. Brokey all on his own inside of the smoke, and they are everywhere all around him. He's managed to sneak through and get a kill. He actually has the bomb on his back.
He wins these.
No way.
This is dangerous. We've seen this so many times with Brokey. He can pull it off. He's got him on a string right now.
Yeah, they're nervous, but they realize he's coming back for it. It's a good read. He's going to get the one. Gets his scope back in time. Oh, he swings for it. And Bit will take him down. That would have been a 1 in 100 million, but it's not to be this time. We are going to go to double overtime. Nobody can let go of this major. Everybody wants to keep playing. And Brokey, that is exactly where he's the most dangerous.
It's so fitting that both of these teams with such historic and legendary players with their backs against the wall, elimination at hand for both of them at different points, have answered that call each and every time. See what it means, Simple, just elated.
That is a mix of emotion, right? That's relief and almost sadness that it got that close.
That's twice Bit has saved the day in overtime. The 1v3 on T side, now this. Yeah. Shutting down Brokey before that clutch really gets underway. Oh, FaZe is calling this out of spawn. This is coming to come. There's going to be a timing on this. This is going to come quick. This boost was there in the previous round. Didn't get any action. Molotov is going to delay the hit, but Perfecto's in trouble.
Yeah, but just at least slowing it down. They're going to get shot at the back anyway. NPL now trying to see if he could do a little bit more. Simple's there behind him, but the smokes are just making it impossible. He can't do anything with that scope, and you're right. That was an out-of-spawn call coming in from FaZe, and they've been playing it slowly, so the change of pace catches NaVi off guard. And Bit can't be the hero this time.
And Perfecto trusted that Molotov to hold them back. There's a gap behind it that allows Kerrigan to swing to find that kill. Again, providing the opening for FaZe to just storm into the bomb site. And again, that B site just seems to be the recipe for FaZe.
Yeah, they found a lot of success there.
NaVi's been able to stop a hit like once every, like, what, 3 times?
The pressure is just going to build every single round now. For one of these teams, it's going to be the release of a lifetime. It's going to be pure celebration. And for another team, this will be a moment they will remember for the rest of their lives.
And both of these teams have been playing themselves into this tournament, trying to overcome struggles and obstacles within the team and weaknesses that they know are there. Any more time you can buy yourselves to fix them, to build into the playoffs of the major. It all comes down to this. One team has no time left. 19-18.
A lot of the rifles lost there for NaVi, which is kind of scary, right? If you lose more rifles here, you could end up playing the 3rd round with almost nothing here. Oh, there's a really good grenade that lands on Rain and Brokey. You like to see that. And Rob's kind of testing the waters out here. Playing the mirror position of what he's playing on the CT side.
Think back to regulation, though. Rops was so effective in this position. He was a phenomenal plan B for FaZe whenever they encountered resistance on the other side of the map. Not able to provide it this time. Good hold from Bit, and Simple's up, holding the angle. Rain's in trouble.
Yeah, surely dead if he goes for it. Just his shoulder, but that was plenty enough for Simple. 5 versus 3. I really thought Rob's had that one. It looked like he was zoned in for that kill. Simple's going to continue, get another one. And the round is going to be theirs here. Brokey 1 versus 4. They already know that he's coming through in this direction, and NPL will be able to shut it down no problem. So, tied up once again. Nobody's getting away with anything at the moment.
19-all. Good heads-up fight for Bit. That could have been a little bit confusing. Probably expecting the fight come from a little bit deeper. But Simple's off again. Caught off guard a little bit. NPL. An awkward timing on B main. But Simple's able to recover, and I would imagine Simple would have some words. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep the gun out. Be ready.
guns out. That's not a bad thing to remember. Oh no. Third round of the second overtime. And actually, they're going to go aggressive outside of B. This is what FaZe were waiting for earlier. And they're going to get a little bit caught. They were turned around. That was playing anti-flash still. It's traded back. Oh, there's Karrigan finding Electronic. And war goes the way of FaZe at the moment. 2 versus... Well, actually now, with Rain getting the shot on Perfecto, it's a 1 versus 3.
This is a disaster. Electronic's been caught on that exact flank 2 or 3 times in overtime. And Bit's got to be a hero again. He's done it twice already to get them to this point. 1v3. This one might be out of control.
He needs another smoke on top. I was going to say, he needs a massive mistake out of FaZe to even get into the round. Yeah, you can make the run around if you want to, but I mean, ultimately, they're going to know everything. They have this one a lot. They even have another Molotov to slow him down once they realize that he's coming through this way. So, yeah, a 1 in a billion chance to win this one. Running for the flames, gets the headshot on one of them, but Brokey's going to be able to get rid of him right away. So, 20-19, FaZe, 2 rounds away again. They've had a couple of chances. They had to fight to get here back in regulation, winning 6 rounds in a row to get it into overtime.
Look how aware Karrigan is of the possibility. Electronic never able to execute that flank. 2 for 2 trade on the aggression.
And it's unfortunate because there's a moment in the aggression there for FaZe popping out of the B bomb site where they at least traded, where it's like a 3-on-3, but they just can't get away from the fight. They're stuck out there.
Yeah,
and they get traded.
They might not have expected that many bodies to be there,
Probably
keeping
not.
them frozen out in position. 20-19 and 2 rounds on the T side of Anubis for FaZe in double overtime is a lovely thing to have.
Yeah, we're truly blessed by the Counter-Strike gods tonight. Brokey setting up a little bit of an angle with the AWP. He's got Rops down in front as well. Brokey and Rops, this defense out here has been so sick so many times. Especially Brokey's been coming up big. This has left a huge gap in the middle, but there is nobody from NaVi there that can exploit it. So right now, this is not too bad. Rain and Karrigan might be feeling a bit lonesome, though.
Yeah, but FaZe have done a great job on the CT side of making the right read, of having the rotation arrive at the perfect moment. And Brokey, once again, in CT spawn now, shifting back towards middle, but he'll be a quick reaction to be involved in any fight at the B bomb site. NPL's got to extinguish the Molotov.
Yeah, tricky one to extinguish as well, you could tell. But you're right, those rotations for FaZe is what saved them a number of times.
Twist is now shifting towards middle, as is Rops, which is going to allow Brokey to dedicate himself to the B bomb site as the smoke comes up. Good first kill. It's Electronic to go down. Simple responds, but still a disadvantage. And Brokey builds on top of it. So does Rain.
Oh, no.
And FaZe yet again have put themselves in a position to win this series, to make it into the playoffs.
Again, those late round rotations for FaZe, they are everything you would want. We could get a listen in at somebody, get a mic'd up moment for those rounds because they just know. They completely exited the A bomb side. They had such a good understanding, and that's happened 3 or 4 times already. If FaZe walk away with a victory now, a huge part of it is going to be down to that CT side and understanding how NaVi like to play.
And it all comes down to this, potentially the final chapter of the majors for the greatest player of all of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Perhaps eliminated far too early, earlier than expected. And for such an illustrious career, it could end in heartbreak.
Yeah, it very well could. They need to win 2 in a row right now to get it into triple overtime, and that's exactly what is on their mind. I have no question about that. And they start a bit slow. They're worried about the potential push from Karrigan that's been happening. And they're stepping into the middle. 3 or 4 of them actually going for it right now. Interesting move from Rops to play that close to the smoke. Yeah, some shots coming through, and he gets tagged up. That's an uncomfortable beginning. Flash around, but Rops is still here. AK in his hand. He just needs 1 bullet to go the other way through the smoke, and Bit is gone. 50 seconds. Oh, there's the spray, but he will finish it off and he'll continue on to twist. That's probably the round. 3 versus 5 right here, and FaZe have to worry about the economy too. They've got to be a little bit worried about that. Showing up is Karrigan though. Oh my god! A heroic defense! Comes in with a double, and he will get grenaded out of it, but he bought his team a chance. Brokey, he's not done yet, and you're right. There is a flank coming through. They're not ready for it. Rain gets the kill, and it's all on the GOAT. 1 versus 2 to try and keep his team alive, keep the dream alive for them. Oh, they're right up behind him. The flick not connecting, and he has brought down Brokey to send NaVi out of the major. And FaZe, they made the comeback into overtime, into double overtime, and they have done it.
That's an incredibly gutsy win. Look at the relief. Hugs all around. Brokey with the hard carry. Karrigan with his calls. Karrigan with his impact, and FaZe limps into the playoffs. And end the dream of a final CSGO major for NaVi, for Simple, for Electronic. Their legacies end early.
For FaZe, that is going to go down as a historic moment. 6 rounds behind and looked like they were getting destroyed. Had nothing they could do on that CT side, but Karrigan, he calls them back into it. He has all the right rotations. The defense is always where it needs to be, and it keeps happening into overtime and into double overtime. This is one of the reasons why Karrigan is a legend and will go out in CSGO absolutely as one of the best in-game leaders of all time.
Yeah, the question is, how does he go out? We have yet to see the end of that story. He lives on to fight another day, and we